Yep. All right. Here we go. We're about to be live here in three, two, one.
Uh,
Oh yeah, we live, baby. See
Coming
how
to you
the
live.
chat working. Oh yeah. All right. Late start, but we are here to get it
Is
in.
it is it getting late early, JB?
It's always getting late early, bro.
Getting late early.
Well, I cut that grass today right in time.
Yes, you
Oh,
did.
goodness. I went to the gym, got a nice little workout, nice little sweat, came home, talked to CB. Of course, CB had me dying. And then and then I cut that grass, man, for that thunderstorm hit.
By the way, speaking of CB and keeping people at bay, JB,
Yeah.
you did hear that EA Sports is putting out college basketball.
Man, it ain't Coach K though.
I
This is
I
another
mean,
opportunity
he
for you to
needs his
keep your
Coach
cousin
K.
I don't know, man. I
bay.
mean, I would have to buy a game console and all that. I still haven't done that yet. I still haven't dived into that because I got like I started doing something and then I gotta do it to completion. Like I used to get video games. I couldn't just
You couldn't just play and then drop
no
it.
like I used to like I would play I played Mario Brothers until I beat it. But then after I beat it, I had to go back and play and see how fast I could beat it. you know? And I did the same thing with a whole bunch of old school games like that. So, even with college football, I played a couple seasons, had a couple of national championships, won
College,
one with BYU. That was
College
the
Oh,
Football 2026 just came out yesterday.
I know because the old one that last one that came out, winning a championship with BYU was an achievement you can get.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
was it?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
was on those teams? I don't even remember who was on there.
Like
Did Taysom Hill? Did he go to BYU? Taysom
he
Hill
did,
did,
he
right?
did, but that was he did. Like the last time before the new one came out, the last the last one had like the one of the best players was CJ Spiller for Clemson on there.
Oh yeah.
He was one of the best players on
It
there.
was fast.
Because at one
Burn.
point, and because at one point they actually had the guys' names and stuff on there. Then it went away real quick. I guess because of the lawsuit.
Oh, like, uh-oh.
Like, oh, can't do that.
What did you just do?
What did you just do? But anyway,
What did the
yeah,
frick did you just do?
we are here
He said,
live.
Chris.
We are here live.
What
We
the
got
freak?
we got some. What you think, Joey? What happened?
There's a
Oh, you gotta
there's a
send
funny
JB
video
that
that
clip. It's
Chris
one of the
found a long
funniest.
time ago that we still talk about today, JB.
It's
What?
like it's one of the funniest clips. It's like a guy in the background. He's like swinging on a bar, and the guy's talking to the video. And in
Yeah,
the background, the dude's like swinging like at a swing set. He's swinging on one of the pull-up bars.
yeah.
He just like some reason lets go and lands like on like a seesaw. Like it looks like he just breaks his back in half. It's hilarious. I'll send you the video. Oh, it's
He
funny.
breaks his back in half.
Doesn't it,
Gee.
Joey? It's almost
Hilarious.
like both sides touch the ground.
Uh-huh.
I tell you, I think doing COVID, I think I've seen some of the funniest videos in my lifetime during that time, just scouring the net.
Oh, that's funny.
You ever see Violet Falls?
Oh, we're into Violent Falls, JB.
Oh yeah.
There ain't nothing better than Violent Falls.
All right, okay. Have you seen the one with the dude? He's a news reporter. He's out in somewhere and a bug fly in his mouth. He's like, you see that one?
No.
I haven't
Oh,
seen that.
okay.
JB, check
I,
it real quick. I just sent it. It's like 20 seconds long or something.
yeah, I got it. I'm looking
Yeah,
at it
look
right
at it. Watch the guy in the background.
now. Oh, that's
But the kid's like, "What the freak did you just do?"
my God, what is he like? Hey, Mr. Fantastic?
He
Goodness
like that's
gracious.
how I said. He completely almost breaks it in
Oh my God,
half.
his whole body just like,
He's like, he just went.
Jeez.
The freak you just do?
The kid says if you turn it up when listen to it, it's like, what the freak did you just do?
Did you hear it?
I listened to it. You know, when you young, you can do that. I mean,
Yes, you can.
he'll probably feel it like he felt it like the next day.
Yeah.
But you do that now at our age, we're
you
just
really
laying
feeling
there.
it.
That ain't
We're
happening
just
now.
laying there.
You're out for a week.
Yes, you
We're either
are.
laying there. 3 things. We're laying there. We passed out or we died. Your spine is fractured.
I would think for sure that guy's the wind's got to be knocked out of that guy. You would think.
He stood up quick like.
Yeah. Well, that's the
freak
thing.
is
When
this?
you're hurt, you got to get up quick and act like nothing's.
Oh my gosh. Yes,
You
because
got to
that
act like nothing's around.
got
Joey loves the getting the wind knocked out of you fails. Oh, guys are like, like trying to breathe.
That is great.
Joey loves
Great
those.
videos.
Oh yeah, those are some we've always been killing some fails. So
Absolutely.
that
Ain't
one's one of the
nothing
better
Ain't nothing better.
ones.
Ain't
They
nothing better.
Stone High School that led to Chris Wood's death.
What the freak
I'm
you
about
just
to
do?
see. Hold on, okay. Before I'm about to send y'all the bug flies in the dude's mouth one.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
What the freak you just do?
Phil.
That's what it was. I was trying.
I think
to
it's
what's the
Phil.
name?
I know he came off that swing just.
Oh my gosh.
He couldn't hold on long either. He just
What
like
the freak you just do?
I got it. Oh, I think I've seen this.
Okay.
Thursday that led to Chris Wood's death.
the whole video. He's like, man, I want to come out here in the country do these videos. He's going in, man. He's live too, Joey. He's live. But anyway, all right, Joey. I got Joey giggling.
He's definitely cussing it up in that.
Yes. Yeah, Joey giggling. All right, people. Talking about sports. You're talking about the NFL.
This is an all NFL one I got here tonight. It looks like for most of the early stuff.
For most of it, you got a little bit.
Well, this is kind of the dead time of sports right now.
You got a little bit of baseball going on. You got a little bit of hockey too.
Hockey.
I'm sure Joey got something ridiculous in his bets tonight.
Yeah, that's when we get into Luke Littler. Joey's still cracking up at this guy just getting the bug in the mouth.
Man,
He instantly went from reporter voice to
he was straight hood. He's like,
the hood. Man,
I'm trying to be there. You're like, who sent me on this assignment? I want to talk to my producer right now. He was not happy about that, boy. My goodness.
So, hey, look. So more things about stuff. I was telling Joey. I was telling Chris. I got this thing called. I got a bird buddy, right? So, and I got a bird that's been visiting there the last 3 days. It's a chipping sparrow, right?
Oh, it looks pretty sweet.
You know what I called him? Jack.
Jack?
I named him Jack for Jack Sparrow. He's killing that food.
He doesn't bring anybody else.
Yeah, there you go, Jack.
He gone. He doesn't bring anybody else, huh? He's just all him.
He's been the only one, man. He's been the only one that has shown up. And I usually have like a pair of cardinals, a male and female, in my backyard lots, but I haven't seen them come there. And I did the other day. I didn't tell y'all this story. Did I talk about the Chiefs? Okay. All right. So the other day, I'm out back and my wife's like, "Hey, go pull the cover off the we had this big grill, right? Pull the cover of the grill." So I pull the cover off, this bird flies out, and I'm out there looking around, the bird just pissing at me. Just making all kind of sound. Now I look down the ground, the nest under there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Man, that little
Yep.
bird, not only did that bird cuss me out, I bought a sunflower plant. That bird tore that sunflower plant up.
do not mess with me. Was there any eggs in
Were there eggs
the?
in
Yeah,
it?
like 4.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh man, I tried to put it, I put the cover back on and put it back sort of like where it was, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen that the bird since. But it was hold on, I got a picture of that bird too.
yeah. I don't know if they once that happens.
I guess you gotta eat the eggs now, JB.
Them eggs,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the bird,
We had the same thing happen in our house.
that's
We had
the nest.
Yep.
Look real good. Shit, egg in there. It's like 4. It was 4 of them in there.
Yeah.
I tried to save them, and then listen. That's the bird.
Cussing you out.
Just
Like you said.
up in the tree.
It said here birds will not come back to
Yeah.
a disturbed nest.
Well, I guess they won't. I guess I'm gonna have to take them nest and sit.
Says once a bird has abandoned its nest, it focuses on building a new nest and rearing its children as soon as possible. The old
Okay.
nest is an afterthought.
There you go, Chris. Thanks for the seed. Yeah, learn something tonight, people.
There you
I'm gonna go
go.
ahead bar and see, man. I'm gonna get rid of that nest so I can pull the cover off. But anyway, my
It
wife's gonna
does
be
say that they
disappointed.
return to a site though year after year because they're
I mean,
familiar with it.
hey, why did you build that nest like right under the cover? And it was like on the edge, so it was
Right.
like the cover was there. I'm like, but the nest was like, how did he build that nest under that?
Right.
Anyway, the
Good home
Chiefs,
builder, Bob Villa.
Absolutely.
the Chiefs, everybody, the Chiefs. Anybody still scared of the Chiefs? Everybody, the team still fear the Chiefs, Joey.
Chris and JB. Buttons.
Yes, Buttons.
Buttons is stacking on some poker game right now. He's stacking. No, the Chiefs are not feared. However, you must respect the Chiefs still.
Okay, so the
There's no need to fear anybody. And I don't know if they're. I mean, in the modern NFL, this is the ultimate time where a team in the NFL can go from worse
first.
to the Super Bowl. I mean, you just never know year to year with free agency, a really good draft, injuries, anything can happen. I think there's pretty decent parity in the NFL. I just don't think that this is a situation where you should fear a team like the Chiefs. They've been the most successful franchise in the league over the last decade. There's no need to fear them. Anybody can be beat.
Yeah.
As the great Bart Scott said after they beat the Patriots, anybody can be beat in the NFL. Anybody.
Everybody talk trash after the fact. They never talk the trash before the game happened. Well, I
You
disagree
must
with
respect
you,
them,
Joe.
though.
I think they still fear them. You got Patrick Mahomes, and now you got Rashee Rice coming back healthy. You still got Worthy. You still got Kelsey, and you still got probably one of the best defensive coaches in the league.
Yeah.
How are the Chiefs good every year with these guys on defense that you don't know except for Chris Jones?
Yeah.
So I think people still fear them. I think they're getting close, but we should see this year, right? Because the Chargers coming hard, Denver's coming hard, Vegas is Vegas, but the other two teams are coming for the crown. What you got? What you say, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I was probably the bigger doubter of all of us last year in the Chiefs, but to me, you still got to fear them. I feel like, we talked about Vernon Maxwell only fearing Jordan and getting a good night's sleep. I feel like as good as Mahomes is, you get to bed early that the night before you're playing them. I think with Andy Reid, JB mentioned Spagnuolo, they find a way to win. They haven't had the best roster in football, and to me, I think it's a little bit beyond respect because there's a certain level of this is the team that we're all chasing. This is the team that we're kind of trying to be over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
If you're in the AFC.
Yeah, maybe I do think that they've kind of taken a little bit of a step back as far as maybe they aren't as invincible. But last year, I mean, I don't think anyone would say probably last year that they were dominant and the best team in football, and they still ended up having the best. I think they had the best record in football.
They had the best record in the AFC.
In the AFC, yeah. So you find a way to win games. That tells you right there you need to fear them because just because they don't maybe have the best roster in the NFL doesn't mean they're going to automatically, we can now beat this team. No, you still got to go out. You got, as long as Mahomes is Mahomes.
Yep.
And Andy Reid is still there and Spagnuolo's there, Chris Jones, like maybe they've taken a little step back, but I still feel like, I mean, they went to the Super Bowl. It's not like the Eagles outplayed them, but I feel like if you're looking at like, okay, until they start to really fall off that cliff, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say,
look at the two of them. Don't realize that we're
so. Yeah, I mean, I think you. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, even though I was one of the doubters last year. I think.
Oh yeah, but you had good reason to doubt them because they were winning games so close.
Yeah,
like they weren't going out and dominating people. They were winning games because of unusual things happening. Like always something like. Folks were saying that the NFL was scripted or rigged because how the Chiefs would win every game.
There were so many one-score games that they were finding a way to win, and some of that is. When you got Mahomes, you got a guy like him, you got the winning pedigree, and you just know how to win games. You're never playing nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, how long is this runway we're going to give them of like, each year, if they keep doing that, teams are going to start to pick them off. And then I think that time will pass them. Just like Golden State. Golden State still finds a way to kind of get it done a little bit. But, they're now not feared anymore like some of these other teams. So
yeah, no Durant out there.
No Durant. Yeah, I mean,
but
I mean, you look at Golden State. Remember, nobody was counting them to gonna win that 22 championship, and they still found a way to win.
Nobody. I mean, because and then Steph just. What game was it? What game was it? That game 5 in Boston? Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Night.
Yeah. Steph just put them to sleep.
So they still have that about them. I feel like you still got to fear them.
Oh yeah, you fear Steph Curry.
Oh, for sure.
Like if Steph Curry wasn't playing this year against the Timberwolves was like, oh, we about to kick their butt.
Said night.
They went 4. They finished them off in 4 straight. They just finished them off, man. Jimmy Butler couldn't carry the load without Steph. But there you go. All right. This is a question. I'll leave this question for y'all because I just didn't even feel like putting too much thought into it, honestly. Because if it ain't a Cowboys team winning, I don't care. But Joey, the question that Chris presented, and maybe Buttons will answer it later if he wants to. If you could bring back one player to an NFL team right now, which player could win a Super Bowl based on that player in their prime and the team's current roster? So that means that guy will come into the team, and now everybody else would be the same except for that guy will be on the team as well in his prime. What guy?
You're getting one guy.
What guy could put a team on his back to win an NFL championship, the Super Bowl, right now in his prime? Start with you, Chris. I know you had that person in mind.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to go through all of the teams that I thought even have a shot to even be a little bit close. Because, I mean, you say like, okay, Lawrence Taylor, as good as he is, he's not bringing the Giants to a Super Bowl, right, Joey?
No, you put
he
Lawrence
does-
Taylor right now.
He
You
doesn't
put
play
Lawrence
quarterback.
Taylor right now with Abdul Carter
Woo!
and the other boy. Lord, who blocking that?
And Dex.
Who blocking that? Goodness
So
gracious.
I'm gonna go a running back. I'm gonna go. The juice is loose. Give me OJ Simpson on the
Woo!
Buffalo Bills.
Oh,
there,
nice.
I feel like a prime OJ. Hey, a prime OJ, not later. Nothing to do later on. I'm talking prime OJ.
Not post Norberg.
Yeah. Prime OJ.
Jay, the juice is loose.
The juice.
So you're saying that the Buffalo Bills, if they threw OJ Simpson on that team right now, that would give them opportunity to win Super Bowl.
Well, look how close they were anyway. And James Cook is a good running back. He is not nearly as good as OJ Simpson.
Yeah,
So-
but why do they keep losing to Kansas City in the playoffs? Is it their defense?
I think last year I yelled that Spagnuolo outcoached. Spagnuolo was the MVP of that game. Because
Probably
remember, he
was.
did the blitzing right at the end.
And Dalton Kincaid didn't catch that pass.
Yeah, so
And then the one guy if Josh Allen would have turned his head to the right for that split second, he had the running back
oh yeah,
walking into the end zone, hitting his head on the goalpost.
and so to me that was crazy.
That blitz,
they didn't
it was that blitz. Yeah, you're right. That
recognize
blitz.
that they were, because Spagnuolo always brings that thing.
My man Cal used to always say, man, one thing about Spags is he's going to blitz.
Oh yeah.
When all else fails, blitz, and blitz some more. Spags will blitz. That's one thing about him. He will send
Oh,
the.
he's live or die
He's the
by the
one
blitz,
guy
for sure.
in the league that if you playing him, you're getting close to the red zone, game on the line. He is going to send the house.
Oh yeah. And then everyone's like, "What the?" Everyone's
Yeah,
all
and it's gonna
surprised.
be-
Oh yeah.
It's one of those blitzes where you either gonna, if you don't find the right player immediately, you're done. That's what happened to them. He didn't find her. I mean, the pass was short. The guy still could have caught it, but he didn't.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen.
I mean, but
definitely was
you know,
fine.
Buffalo can't complain. I mean, Lamar Jackson hit Andrew in his freaking hands in the end zone.
Right there.
Right
Perfect
in the
pass.
hands. Joey knows.
Perfect.
No, it wasn't perfect pass, but
Perfect pass.
It was a
Hit
perfect
him in his
pass
hands.
for an NFL player.
I mean, for Andrews, he should have caught that.
Ain't
Perfect
no way
pass.
he drops that.
No, he should have caught that.
Perfect pass.
Yeah.
So do you agree? Put OJ right there, prime OJ.
Hey man, I'll take your word for it. And look, it's an opinion piece. We can't actually do it. So Joey,
Yeah.
who you got? Who you got right now?
One person, Chris and JB, one person in their prime to come back and help a team win, it would have to be, in my opinion, a person that's going to make an impact, whether it's on offense or defense, just because he's the greatest, arguably the greatest leader I've ever seen playing on Sundays. Ray Lewis coming back to the Baltimore Ravens, and maybe they could actually win a freaking meaningful playoff game. Because
I thought about Ray Lewis.
he is the locker room presence that is needed. Is so good. He's going to motivate you to just do your very best. He's going to motivate the offense, going to motivate defense. He would be the one person I think would come to the Ravens locker room, and they may win the whole freaking thing.
I mean, they're
Okay.
close, so
Ray
it's
Lewis.
not. A couple other people I thought. All right, I thought Jerry Rice, San Francisco. Would he bump him up?
Mm-hmm.
Would he? You think he'd give him that
They
level?
do need a receiver right now.
That's a pretty big jump, though, for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Rice.
Favre at Green Bay.
Nah,
You don't think he gets enough of a?
I don't think. I mean, Favre's a gunslinger, so you know.
I mean, he's better than Jordan Love, but he's similar kind of player.
I would take
I mean,
Favre in a meaningful playoff game before I took Rodgers.
True. How about
Rodgers did not lose those NFC Championship games. Remember, against Seattle, if the guy recovers the onside kick, I don't know.
yeah, he
So
didn't even
many
play that
things.
bad against the Niners in the snow. Remember that COVID year?
Yep. Yeah.
He just and remember they against Tampa Bay. Remember the guy got behind him, was it Scotty Miller?
Oh, yeah, at the end of the first quarter. Oh my
gosh. Don't get beat deep.
End of the second quarter, yes. You get beat deep.
You learn from the Fredericksburg the Fredericksburg Jackets. 9U.
9U.
Don't
get beat
let
deep.
anyone behind you.
All right, how about John Elway on Denver?
Maybe.
John Elway in his prime never won.
Not
True,
this,
but you're getting
still in his
prime
prime,
Elway.
it's good.
Prime Elway wasn't good enough, Chris.
Okay. Then that's when the Redskins beat the brakes off of them.
They sure did.
And Doug Williams never played another snap again in the NFL.
How about
Yeah, blacklisted, Joey.
Marshall Faulk on the Rams?
Maybe. I don't know. You know what? If you're gonna, I tell you what, this guy never won a championship, but he would definitely be. His impact would be tremendous. Put Megatron right now, prime Megatron on the Lions. Oh my goodness. That offense would really be humming then because you couldn't put 8 guys in the box. You couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, I mean that'd be
foolish.
Yeah, everybody else would eat. Huh?
That actually could be a good one because he could elevate them because they're missing that kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, just devastated. I mean, you got Jameson who can open, but they don't got nobody who can go up and get a pass in a crowd.
Not like that.
Not like that. I mean, St. Brown is tough, but he ain't Calvin Johnson. Hall of Fame Calvin Johnson.
How about Tony Gonzalez prime on the Chiefs tight end?
You just say prime Kelsey on the Chiefs.
Well, yeah, basically that's who he is. But if you're getting the prime, if they've got Kelsey and Gonzalez, do they win a Super Bowl?
Prime Kelsey and Gonzalez on the same team, too tight. You lock it in.
Lock that in. Yeah, so there are a few guys. But the thing is that there's a lot of guys who the teams, like Tom Brady on the Patriots, what does he do? I mean, he's probably just a 6-7 win guy, right?
Oh, right now? Yeah.
Prime Brady on.
He has won when, like, you're like, who is his receivers? He had, like, bootleg guys. He turns guys like Julian Edelman into almost Hall of Fame guys.
Patton? Was it David Patton?
David Patton.
All I know is
Troy
that one
Brown.
year when they had Troy Brown playing cornerback
Both
and
ways.
wide receiver, and they was winning.
How about
Belichick?
How about Dion on the Cowboys?
Right now,
his prime.
He's gonna cut off the whole side of the field, JB.
Probably, yeah. I don't know.
Don't throw there.
Yeah,
you don't throw there.
I don't think he.
Maybe year 4 last when the Cowboys are actually good, because like when it gets Green Bay, I mean guys are
any guy who. All right, JB, let me ask you real quick. Any guy you could have right now that's played on the Cowboys, if you could grab that one player and put him in, who are you taking? Larry Allen? Who you taking?
Taking Emmitt Smith. I know I can give Emmitt Smith the rock 30 times. If the line's blocking, he gonna get you 120 and 3 tutties.
Emmitt Smith might be able to take them.
Because then, if you got Emmitt Smith running the ball, how you gonna stop CeeDee Lamb, Ferguson, and Perkins?
You gotta feed Emmitt. You right about that? He opens the field for everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be big plays everywhere because you can't. The safety's gonna be up in the box.
Hope is everywhere.
Joey, you taking oh hey.
My niece, baby, and daughter.
Hey Navy, hey Al. How was DC today? They went to DC today.
Oh, okay. DC
Joey,
went
who are you taking?
to visit.
All right, same
like
question, Joey. Who are you taking on the Giants? Lawrence Taylor?
Yes. That's
Not Jeff Hostetler.
Not Hostetler.
Not Phil Simms.
LT has a few times single-handedly won a game for the Giants.
LT is just
he absolutely has. So
he was a force of nature.
How about Tomlinson on the Chargers? Does that bump him up or not enough?
I mean, you put Tomlinson on the Chargers, what they got right now, it does. It's so crazy that they couldn't never beat. He was like he could never beat Tom Brady.
Never could.
I mean, as good as Phillip Rivers was and Tomlinson.
Yeah.
How about Joe Montana on the Niners?
Nah, he ain't gonna do nothing.
Still no?
No.
He's not gonna do nothing, JB.
He'll win Super Bowl with those guys he got right now. No, the Niners teams had the Niners teams back then. Joe Montana made great plays. He had great players. He had Jerry Rice.
True.
He had Dwight Clark, Ronaldo Nehemiah, Roger Craig. He had guys. Okay.
You would take if I said you could only have Rice or Montana, you're taking Rice at this point. On the Niners.
I'm taking Rice every time.
Rice
quick slant. Ain't many guys can't take a quick slant to the house anytime they touch the ball, man. Like that dude.
Still
he might be the great ball player whoever lives.
Yeah, him or Jim Brown. Put Jim Brown on Cleveland right now.
That's the problem. Is I was going through, and a lot of the really good guys like Manning would help the Colts, but Manning's not helping them to get to the Super Bowl. They're not winning at all with Peyton Manning.
Right.
Manning? Because one thing about football, and we all know this, it is a team. It's the ultimate team sport.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's an ultimate team sport. And sometimes
Manning
guys
would be obviously. I think Manning probably gets them in the playoffs, but
like that one year that like Peyton Manning in Denver, he had 2 years when his team should have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The year he did win, he was throwing medicine balls out there.
They were winning almost despite him that year.
That 1 year they came out, they lost to Baltimore. It was kind of fluky, right? That was kind of fluky that game. And then nobody saw Seattle come out there and just beat them like that. But it happens though.
How about anyone on the Commanders?
I mean, John Riggins.
They do need a running back.
Oh, you know what? Their best player that 1 year they won it was their kicker.
Oh,
who was that kicker they had? Who was their best player that 1 year they won Super Bowl? Not the year with Theismann, not the year. Yeah.
Mark Mosley.
He was like the MVP of that team that 1 year.
That's who they take out of retirement.
Yeah. The one year when they had their offense was just ridiculous at beating everybody, when they had Rippon and Ernest Byer.
Was that Joey, who's the guy you like? Gary Clark?
I love Gary. Gary Clark is the first football player I really loved.
Gary Clark and Monk were on there.
I hated Gary Clark.
Love me some Gary Clark.
I hated Gary Clark, man. I hated him.
Well, we'll have to ask Button, see if he got anybody and see if he likes my OJ pick.
All right, Chris, on your I don't know if you saw my note I put on there. Your next thing, you said the first 15 picks of the first round. We didn't have 15 skill players in the first round. We only had 10.
No, I'm saying of the first like 15 picks total, like 1 through 15 of the picks.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about skill. You said skill player, Chris.
I'm
Look at your
saying
thing.
meaning like quarterback, like no linemen, no like defensive guys, because those are harder to project.
So
you're
you were saying the first 15 skill players.
Yeah, like so you're not getting into the second group, and we can do those another time. Yeah, I was
Well,
saying
because you got,
I don't know, unless there's I don't even know how many more are there.
dude, I'm telling you, in the first round, you got 10 skill players. I got them. I got
So
them
you
all.
got most of them right there, right?
Yeah. So
You can add those in there.
the
We can
second
come up
round,
with opinions.
who are the second round guys? Because I got all the first round. First round guys, you got Cam, Hunter, Genty, McMillan, Loveland, Warren, Ibuka, Hampton, Golden, and Dart. That's it for the first round. Skill players.
Yeah, so we'll just roll with that, and then we can do some second round guys next time.
Okay, cool. All right. All right. So we're talking about outlooks. What's going to be? What we measuring on? We're going to do outlook this year or outlook future wise?
I'd say just what we think, how they're going to be next year, and it doesn't even have to be a stats. I mean, you can give a stats like Genty 1300 or whatever.
Could we
it's just
say
kind of
starter?
Yeah, like
all
you could say,
NFL, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you kind of feel like. I mean, if some guys, it's like Dart, you might just say, oh, he gets in 3 games or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna put no notes on this one because
this is just us kind of chatting through.
All right. Okay, cool. Joy got a banana.
Got his banana.
Eating good. Let's see.
JB.
Dude, Joey, how you? Never mind. Cam Ward, guys.
What you gonna say? Oh, what you gonna say?
I'm gonna say nothing. It wasn't nothing about your food. It was something else. It was about the Yankees. But
talk to me. Talk to me.
How the Yankees behind the Blue Jays now?
Because they just won their second game in July tonight.
Hold on, it's July 9th.
They've been free falling, JB.
The Dodgers lost 6 in a row. They still in first place.
But they're the Dodgers. they're a great team. The Yankees are a good team.
Oh, okay. I got you.
They're a good team.
All right. Like the Jays, they are winning their division, and they have the smallest differential in their division. That's the only team that has at the top of their division with a smaller differential than everybody else. They are plus 20.
I think the Blue Jays are a little bit of fool's gold.
Ah, wait for Buzz to hear that.
One of Button's favorite expressions.
Fool's gold over there.
I think they might be slightly. I don't think the Blue Jays. You are not gonna have to worry about them when it comes to September and
okay.
October. Nobody's worried about them.
Nobody's worried about the Blue Jays. Okay.
Nobody's worried about them.
All right. So, how's Cam Ward going to? What's Cam Ward projection? Is he going to be the starter this year over the mayonnaise guy?
Yeah, old Will Levis there. I feel like to me he starts game 1. I'm looking at probably 3,200 yards, that range. Ooh, probably.
Okay.
I mean, I think.
Of course you do, because then you trade up to get this guy in the dynasty league.
I have to put that. I have to put that good thoughts into the universe now for me to. No, I still think he's gonna. I mean, I think he's gonna throw a good amount of. I wouldn't be surprised if he had, say, 18, 20 touchdowns, 22 touchdowns range. But I feel like he's definitely gonna have some picks. That's just who he is. I feel like he's that gunslinger we talked about. And I feel he'll keep them close, but I still feel they're a team that's going to go under 500. So pretty good rookie season, but I don't think he's going to be to me, he's not going to be a guy like Stroud or Jaden Daniels that kind of, I think he's a good player, but that roster is just not very good. Like where at least like the Texans and Washington, they had players. I feel like,
good. They got some decent pieces of offense, though. They got Chig. They got Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, they're
They still got the big boy from Mississippi, I think Mississippi, or Mississippi State, the one who, it was supposed to be AJ Brown's replacement. It kind of was a bust, but he still was a first or second round pick.
What?
Trey
No,
Burke.
not Treadwell.
Trey
Not
Burke?
Treadwell. No.
Atlanta Sharks.
I'll look. I'll look. I was about to look up their depth chart anyway, so I
Okay.
can tell you who his name is. But and then they got good backs. They got Spears and Pollard.
Yeah, I think they're a competitive enough roster. I just feel like I just don't see them making a huge run. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong for my sake, for fantasy's sake.
Oh, it was so they got. I mean, they got Tyler Lockett, kind of long in the tooth, but he's a good receiver.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley, who could bounce back. I mean, you saw what he did towards the end of the year last year, and Treylon Burks.
I said Trey Burks.
Yeah, Treylon Burks. First, it was a pick.
Yeah, he had done anything.
225.
Mm-hmm.
I
He hadn't
mean,
done
he was
anything.
hurt last year. That's
I feel
just,
like he's always
back.
hurt.
And then he got Chig, who's a good tight end. So,
I feel like more competitive, decent stats, kind of more of a Caleb Williams type of year
okay.
is what I'm going with.
He'll be a good year too. Didn't turn the ball over. Just Jalen Daniels played so good.
But I
that,
do feel like he'll have more picks than that just because he is a gunslinger.
Yep. Joey, how you feel about Cam Ward?
Cam Ward should be the starter day one. I mean, he's going to beat out a Penn State quarterback. We know Penn State quarterbacks mean nothing. Last time we had a relevant Penn State quarterback was Kerry Collins, as I continue to say on this highly rated show. So
Kerry Collins.
that will be taken care of. But I don't think. I mean, the bar is he going to be? Is he going to be what Daniels was? No, but I think he can be someone that can maybe go for 2,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, possibly. I think that would be a successful season. So starting day
Tennessee Royalty. You know this guy?
Who's this?
Somebody named Tennessee Royalty. Said howdy, fellers.
No. Is he chatting about Cam Ward?
I
Don't
just
know
said, hey,
Tennessee
Buster, you must be. What up? What up? Tennessee?
If Cam Ward can be something like what's wait, what did someone just Penn State fans?
We know Ricky Upton. Penn State fans.
Ricky Upton? Tell them to give us some more insight on Ricky Upton. Who is Ricky Upton?
Yeah, must be
Ricky Upton. It says Ricky Upton is Penn State running back.
Oh,
Well, they do well at running back. That's not the issue.
yeah.
The issue is quarterback.
Upton won't even be a starter. They got two guys that's going to the pro.
No, Ricky Upton is old.
Oh, okay.
This is Ricky Upton.
Remember back in the day when the Penn State had a running back, Kenyatta Carter, who went first in the draft?
John Carter. And then he tore his freaking knee up.
Yeah. Oh, he got said it was his football coach in high school. Okay. Tennessee.
Ricky Upton played 2000, 2001, 2002, and 2003.
Thanks for watching.
Hit that subscribe button, Tennessee Royalty. Hit that subscribe button while you're giving us some Penn State knowledge.
Yeah. Hey, so all right. So for me, Cam Ward, I think he's gonna have a good year. I mean, he's a rookie quarterbacks. They're gonna give him the keys. Are they gonna let him develop? Or are they gonna, I don't know. I mean, Will Levis said he's trying to compete for the starting position.
Stop it.
Stop it.
He's had a shot. Joey loves his picks. Joey loves his interceptions.
All
Will
I know
Levis has the
is-
best
I
interception.
mean,
The worst you'll ever see.
Remember, Buttons believed highly in Levis. Buttons was a Levis backer.
Oh, disgusting Buttons.
He was. I think he had him in Dynasty at one point. Doesn't he have him in Dynasty? I think he does.
still does.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So yeah.
We don't. After that, we don't trust his quarterback takes. But then again, I picked Anthony Richardson. So what does that show you?
Anthony Richardson, like no mas, no mas.
Done.
No mas. What about Travis Hunter? What did we see him doing this year? Do we see him having anywhere close to 1,000-yard season? Can he play as many snaps? Can he play as many snaps on defense that he did in college?
I feel like for me, probably a 700, 800 guy, but with a good amount of defense is getting played. I feel like they're going to try to work him on both sides. I just think he's still raw I think he's a guy who probably hasn't played a ton of receiver really, as far as just matching up and just learning how to actually play the position. I feel like he's just a sick athlete that can just go out and dominate. But I still think he'll be a supreme athlete even at the NFL level. But I still think there's nuances to the position that he's probably not learned yet, and so I feel like that's going to come. But I think that he's just such a good athlete. He could just walk out on the field and just ball out. Mm-hmm. But there's going to be, when you're talking about the true elite receivers, those guys know how to really play the position. He's just not there yet. But I think that you take him for the massive amount of upside and the fact that he can play on both sides of the ball. So you're giving a little bit that he's not an elite guy yet on at the wide receiver position. And he may not ever be, because they're trying to do something different with everybody.
And they still have the golden child as their QB.
And yeah, I mean,
Daniel Jones 2.0.
But I will say that, I'm saying 700 in that range, which I feel like people could say disappointing, but I mean, if he gives you a ton of defense and plays a bunch of snaps, he's going to impact the game like we saw in Colorado. Probably not to that extreme, but I still think he's going to impact the game.
I want to know what's going to happen when he takes one of those big hits coming across the middle. Will he come back and play defense?
Yeah, I mean, that's a definite. It's an interesting. His is going to be one of the more interesting watches, just because, he's trying to learn the position and like not just be a guy. Because a lot of times they just threw the ball to him on little hitches and screens and bubbles and let him do his thing, or just kind of throw it up to him and let him just be a better athlete. You can't do that in the NFL, really. I mean, some guys, but not. I don't think he can. Joey, what do you say? I think yard total.
I think it is an amazing season for him if he's able to get over 700 yards. An amazing season. He is a freak. He's a freakish football player. But I think he's going to be more needed on the defensive end of the football rather than the offensive end. I could be completely wrong, because it might be switched around. They may be thinking we need this guy more on the offensive end than we do on defense. Nobody knows. I mean, I've heard opinions on both sides about where Travis Hunter should be playing on Sundays. It's almost as if half of people say he should be defense mainly and offense second, and then vice versa. I don't know. I just know that he is a freak of a football player, and we may see him be great on both ends.
Okay. I'm hoping that the kid just goes and balls out. All the hype surrounding him, Heisman winner. I hope that he can be successful. I mean, he should. I mean, he's a good football player. It's just, is he going to be able to step up? I mean, is he the best receiver on his team? Probably not. You know, is he the best player on his team? I don't know. I mean, what's called really good too, Thomas. But the other guy, they got what Josh with Allen Hines, whatever his name is. He's pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean they've got some dudes. It's just
They got dudes.
I think
But
that
no shooters.
they got
No.
nothing, no one to get them the ball. So
I mean, it ain't Levis.
Oh Lord,
It could be worse.
oh my God, man.
Future Aller.
I don't know, man. I don't know what is Trevor Lawrence going to do this year, man. What is he going to do? Anyway, Tennessee Royalty is putting. He said a lot of stuff on here. He's talking about Shedeur Sanders going to be the starter. Who's better? Oh, he's talking about Jeremiah Smith now. Yeah, we ain't talking about him yet, bro. We gonna get there one of these days. Talking about college football.
Way to go out on a limb. He's the best here in college football.
Yeah.
Okay.
He probably is.
I think we know that.
Yeah, but he can't come out until what? Next year.
2 more years.
2 more years.
I wonder if he came out. If he came out this year, he might be the first pick.
He would be the
if he came out and you wonder if he came out in this year's class with Cam Ward,
he'd be the
number one pick probably.
Yeah, he'd have been number one taken.
Yeah.
Easy. Without no doubt.
Which is crazy that he's
nice. Now the thing is it going to translate to the NFL? That's the big thing, right?
That's a good question.
Because we've seen guys who are dominant receivers
didn't have as good of a year as everyone thought.
Chase was that guy week 1.
Marvin Harrison didn't have as good of a year as everyone thought.
Marvin Harrison didn't, and Jamar Chase was that dude in week 1.
He says Jeremiah Smith's gonna win the Heisman. Not so fast, my friend. He's gonna have to. His quarterback's gonna have to have a great year if he's gonna win the Heisman.
And the problem is that
because now, the Heisman is Arch Manning's to lose right now, right? Because they want to give it. They want to give it to Arch Manning. Remember,
Manning has never won the Heisman.
Eli didn't get one.
Never won it. Well, did Archie Manning win it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
he did.
He's a good player, but he didn't win it. And Peyton got robbed by Charles Woodson.
But at least we saw with Travis Hunter that it's not a lock.
Tennessee Royalty. I can't spend my whole time arguing with you, bro. But let me just tell you this. All right. Devontae Smith had a quarterback to give him the ball. He had Matt Jones, who was also in the Heisman conversation.
I will say Tennessee Royalty that I am a big Julian Sayin guy, but if you have to have all these quarterbacks who are big name quarterbacks. You're talking Klubnik, Aller, Manning. Yeah. There's some massive quarterback names in this year's class.
Yeah.
All of those guys, it's a quarterback. Not to say that a wide receiver can't win it. We just saw Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter won it because he also played defense.
But yeah, I mean, the reason he won it. Jeremiah Smith is going to have to do something because even Marvin Harrison had a really good season. They're going to have to he's going to have to do something incredible. And because we saw Genty last year, we saw 2 guys do something incredible. You're going to have to do something in those levels that we haven't seen for him to win it because there's so many massive quarterback names. It's just a quarterback-driven league. And so unless you got a guy like Hunter that comes
Joey said he built himself and lost. He did that man wrong, Joey.
Huh?
No, Joey's talking about Tennessee Royalty mentioned Nico, and what happened to Nico. Did you go to UCLA?
Yes.
And the UCLA QB went to Tennessee, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
He did, okay. Joey. I think he went there and got him a bag.
There's a guy on UCLA or on Maryland that was at UCLA also.
Oh, okay. Tennessee Royalty, we gonna see. Make sure you checking back in during the college football season with us and see what's going on.
and you give us those Jeremiah Smith updates and see if you.
Oh,
think
and hey, we do a weekly pick 'em too. Feel free to join.
there you go.
No,
There
you
you
want to be down with the crew. All right, but anyway, we still on Travis Hunter. I think, or did we do Travis Hunter? We did him,
Yeah,
right?
we
Yeah.
did him.
All right,
So
what about
we're,
Ashton Genty? What's the projections? Could he be? The biggest question is, could he finish as an RB1 this year in fantasy?
Mm.
That's the question we all want to know. We don't. That he plays for the Raiders. Nobody
So
cares.
no one actually thinks real relevancy as far as NFL, but we're talking fantasy.
For him.
I feel
for
like
him, yeah.
I feel like with him, the thing is he. I don't know yet. I mean, is he a guy who's going to catch a massive amount of balls? I don't know. And to be at a guy like to be like a Gibbs, a Bijan, Saquon, like to be number one, you gotta put up massive numbers.
To be a finish as oh, you said 809 touchdowns for Genty? Get out of
Oh,
here.
he's low
Get out of
balling.
here, royalty. Get out of here.
He's low balling. I would say
That's it.
He's gonna have 1,000 yards rushing.
I would
He's
say
playing with old boy as the coach. Pete Carroll's he wants to run the rock.
I mean, you might as well. You got this dude. You went that high in the draft to take this guy. You do not treat him with kid gloves because running back shelf life is short.
Yeah.
We've seen that. You've seen guys get washed up. You might as well use them up because who knows how long you're going to have him healthy. To me, this is a guy who carried the ball a ton in college, ton of touches last year, and seems like he has the build to be able to take that kind of pounding, which is, I would say, I'm saying about 1,200 yards, maybe 400 yards receiving, and probably.
You said a 1,600 yard season. Probably you'll give him how many touchdowns you giving him?
I'm probably going in the probably 11, 12 range, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was thinking
okay.
13.
Yeah,
Okay,
in that range.
okay.
So really
Joey,
good season.
You know you can have Genty in that one league, but you have to make a sacrifice.
Yes, I know this, JB.
You're a first round keeper, Joey. Just still wondering. Do you have one?
I gotta see my roster, JB.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, 1,600 yards total. He's saying 1,200 yards rushing, 400 yards receiving, 13 touchdowns. Book it, Tennessee royalty. Book it. Lock it in.
Lock that in.
Kelly's calling plays too. Yeah.
Oh, and not Derrick Henry. You think Derrick Henry's not gonna? Is Derrick Henry gonna have? Derrick Henry may have 1,600 yards rushing this year.
I can see that. I can see that.
You know, because they're gonna still feed him the rock until the wheels fall off.
So Saquon in year one, Saquon had 1,300 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns. He had 721 yards receiving. I think Saquon's probably a better catcher of the ball than he is, but still. So that right there, he's at 2,000 total yards. Now I don't know if he's
look at Zeke's rookie year.
That's ridiculous. His first year.
What did Zeke have? What did Zeke have?
He had to have at least 14. What did he have? 1,400, 1,500?
I mean, he was the rookie of the year.
Yeah.
I feel like he had more. I feel like did he have 2,000 total yards? 2,000 total yards.
I think he led the league in rushing too.
He may have been
16.
close.
He had 1,600 yards rushing first year.
Oh my.
And he only had 363, so about the same amount of total yards, 15 touchdowns.
Almost 2,000 total yards.
So he had about 2,000 total yards.
So guess what? Tennessee royalty, all those guys we named got drafted high first round running back. So it's possible.
Yeah, I would think that would be the expectation. If you're drafting a guy in the top 10.
Tennessee royalty does not like Ashton Genty.
Hey, I mean, I feel like on a bad team, you don't have a ton of weapons there. You might as well just run them and see what you got because you've gone I mean, in this league right now, you usually don't see a lot of guys drafted that high. And so you've invested that much capital into this guy. You better use him. So, I mean, look at Zeke. Those guys are touching the ball. He had 322 carries and another 30. So he touched the ball almost close to 400 times.
Yeah.
You know,
he was getting fed,
times.
man. That's when he was getting fed.
Give him the rock.
And then they just fall off. You use them up, don't pay them, get them out of here.
That's what you do.
That's what you do.
I'm saying that
That's what you do.
I mean, the expectation is for Ashton Jeanty to be a really good running back. I mean, the Raiders are going to lean on the run. They got their receivers are tight end is top notch, but they're going to be a run. They're going to be a running team. So we'll see.
Run the rock, baby.
I think Ashton Jeanty has a very high ceiling, to put it that way.
They better go to Pound Town with Ashton Jeanty in that backfield.
Go to
Pound the rock. Pound the rock.
Right. Well, okay. What about Tech? What's Tech gonna be looking like this year with Joey's boy Bryce Young?
I do like some Bryce Young. I feel like probably a good amount of touchdowns because he's a big dude that they can probably rely on there. I looked up. Thielen had 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's easily going to pass Thielen because Thielen's been around for a long time now. So you got to assume he should get 1,000 yards in that offense because they don't have many weapons. And you're probably talking
Leggett. They got Leggett, so they're probably going to have Tet and Leggett on the outside and Thielen in the slot. What you think?
Pretty much.
Who's their tight end? Their tight end is going to be trash.
They've got that Sanders from Texas a couple years ago.
He was a high pick though, wasn't he?
I think he was a 3rd rounder, maybe.
Yeah, he was a high pick.
He's a horrible blocking tight end. I remember watching the Texas game, and he was just getting ran over. But he can.
I don't block. Just throw me the rock.
What tight ends nowadays are good blockers and
other
good
than
receivers?
What's his name? Kittle.
Oh yeah, Kittle's
the guy.
He's a
That's
beast.
kind of why he's always up there.
Find a Mark Bavaro every year.
Mark Bavaro, man, that dude was a chugger.
Yeah, you either now have to choose one or the other, really.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm expecting he should get 1,000 yards, probably 10 touchdowns. That's what I'm saying.
All right, you got 1,010 touchdowns from Ted. What about you, Joey?
I hope that he gets somewhere there. Because that means that my man's I just made the first major trade in CJ Squared Friends and Family.
Friends and Family, that's Dynasty. Stop.
Dynasty, excuse me.
That's right.
CJ Squared Dynasty League, the first major trade that went down between 2 of your CJ Squared hosts here. I hope that he gets there. However, I do question Tet's separation from NFL level corners. If he's able to create enough separation, then yes. But I do wonder if he can get away from.
I don't think he'll be an elite guy that's like a big separator, but I feel like you can use him. He's a big body. I feel like his catch radius, he's going to be one of those guys. You know, obviously he's going to get the Mike Evans. He's not that big, but he's going to get more of that comparison. They still need
That's
help.
A Hall of Famer there. That's
a Hall of Famer.
You're not getting right there,
they
baby.
still need help, but I mean, I think you
Mike
need
Evans.
I think you need.
Oh, Lord, don't get buttons on here. Lord have mercy.
The thing is that like you look at a T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, they both do different things. Tet, you talk about a guy like like CD, and then you got what's the other dude? CD and your boy, Pickens. Like on the other side, they both do something. So you need to have complementary. Leggett is a little bit of a burner, but I think he's a raw player. I feel like, so to me, it's the balance that there's kind of missing, and it's still early. So Bryce Young just got to be able to find his guys and get the ball deep down the field because he hasn't really shown he can do that yet. I think that's the next step for him.
I need you, Bryce. I need you.
But he did play way better second half. So
yes, he did.
I thought your whole goal was to tank again this year too.
He'll be tanking.
Maybe that wasn't the plan last year.
He'll be tanking because look at that roster is tankable.
I'm thinking I'm going to surprise some people.
Whose roster is worse, Joey's roster or my roster on that sleeper team that I paid to get into that league? Which one is worse?
I don't know. I feel like
Close, right?
I feel like Joey's is at least. Joey's got some weapons now, but he's got Genty at least. So
Genty too.
Oh yeah, so you guys are the same. You're the same roster.
I got Bryce Young too.
It's literally the same roster.
Tennessee Royalty wants to get into our fantasy league, saying that he said that we don't want to lose because he ain't joining. Dude,
no, my brother.
You got funny, man. We already booked up, bro.
You got to get your own.
He wants.
But we booked up. I hope Tet has a good season too, man. Tet. He looked good in college. I mean, even though his quarterback, I don't know, he was really good at catching the ball and running with it after the catch, right? So, we'll see. I mean, he's tall. He ain't little. I mean, I don't think the Panthers have a receiver on their team like that. They do have that other kid. They got Leggett, but they have what's that other boy's name on the Panthers team?
Well, that's why I said he's probably more of a T. Higgins. He's not really straight burner.
Faster than T. Higgins, though.
But I think he is a little bit better. He's a better athlete than him.
Sure, man. T. Higgins, Chris. I don't know, man. T. Higgins.
T. Higgins is probably a better jumper. T. Higgins is a better jumper, definitely a better catch radius.
I mean,
T. Higgins can go up and get the ball.
Bro. T. Higgins was a beast in college.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I think T. Higgins right now, I would think if you put T. Higgins on the Panthers, he's their number one.
Oh, easily. Oh, most teams he's their number one.
And that's the thing is that he knows he can and stay there as a number two and dominate and get paid.
Yeah, he ain't hungry.
No.
Yeah, he put in work in Super Bowl too. Let's see.
Oh, that was a year.
Yeah, the other guy they got is Jalen Coker.
Oh, that's right.
For the Panthers, who had a decent year. Yep.
They need Leggett to come around.
I know he was a high draft pick.
He was a second rounder, I think.
Yeah.
He's another raw guy.
Okay. Oh, hot take. Aaron Rodgers is vintage NFL. These dudes crazy. You sound like Buttons now.
Is this Buttons on there talking?
It may be. No. Anyway, all right. Colston Loveland. Where is he? He went
He's
to
on
where?
the Bears.
The Bears.
That's the tight end.
That's the tight end. I just feel like a lot of guys hyped him up big time. I feel like a lot of mouths to feed there. Ben Johnson has found a way to make it happen in Detroit.
Is he even better than the tight end they got already?
I like Cole Kmet. I didn't think that they necessarily needed that. I feel like they had.
I agree.
I thought they were reaching there to try to replicate kind of what Detroit has done because Detroit had that guy who was a really good blocking tight end, and they run a lot of different looks at you, I think. And so they're probably just trying to replicate that. And it's worked at Detroit. So who are we to say like, hey, it can't work here? I mean, Caleb Williams should be as good as Goff, if not better, as in a career. But, the thing is that they got two beasts in the backfield that are great at what they do. Probably two of the best at what they do. Short field, red zone type of guy. Montgomery, mandatory. He's finding the end zone like crazy, and Gibbs as good as it gets as far as just breaking open. He's probably the biggest home run threat maybe other than Achane of all the running backs. So they don't have that guy in the backfield. But so either way, I say Colston Loveland's still a good year. I trust that Johnson. I mean, Laporta was never Loveland's level coming out. And he turned Laporta into a beast. So, But like you said,
They
Cole
got
Kmet's
they
there.
got so many mouths to feed though. They're gonna have DJ
There
Moore
are a
still.
lot of them.
They got DJ Moore,
A
right?
Doomsday.
They got a Doomsday. They got Luther Burton,
Luther Burden.
him and Cole Kmet.
And you
Swift.
got Swift still catches the ball out of the backfield. So,
Mhm.
but Detroit has been able to do it.
He did it there.
But
He did it there.
Yeah, but
the thing is
Detroit,
that you're scoring a ton of points.
Detroit really they threw the ball to St. Brown a lot. The tight end wasn't like his first year he had big numbers, had touchdowns, right? And everybody thought he was gonna blow up. The second year he didn't do much, but they passed the ball more to Jameson Williams last year too, but had a lot of big plays.
Yeah, which I guess they're probably the thing is Luther Burden is much more of a kind of a Tyler Lockett type of guy where he's not just going to burn down the field. He's more of a screens and like kind of similar to DJ Moore, which they may end up saying, well, if we can get Burden to end up being Moore, we'll just let Moore walk. And they may be thinking that.
I think Moore definitely more explosive though. Moore is like he like a poor man's Jamar Chase in terms of catching the ball.
I can see that. Yeah.
Well, and also I feel like Moore just doesn't have the route tree Jamar Chase does. He just
definitely.
So I say Burden more in that regard is that he's limited as far as like where he's great at. Where if Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, those guys don't really have weaknesses on their route trees that much.
There's not a weakness in Jamar Chase at all. Not one.
Joey, what do you say with Loveland? Same.
Well, I just think that the being able to go to Ben Johnson, if he is that guy, Ben Johnson can get this guy maybe if he gets 40 catches.
40
successful 40.
When McBride had 100 catches last year, you think 40?
As a rookie coming into a loaded offensive room with all of that talent that they have, if he can somehow get 40 catches, 600 yards, that's a successful season.
I do agree with that, Chris, because I mean, he found it through he found Tennessee Royalty found our podcast through some suggestions, man. We appreciate that, man. Spread the word for us, bro. And come back and join us next week. And subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button right now.
But yeah, I mean,
Joey, that's on average. That's like 2.5 catches a game. He's not involved at all.
But they should be funneling their offense through Moore, Odunze, Swift.
The thing is, you draft a guy that high to get 2 catches a game, 2 to 3. That's like
are they cutting Kmet before the season starts?
As a rookie.
True. I mean, what was Laporta? And Laporta was a rookie, right?
But he didn't have big yards. He had big touchdowns.
True. What's his name? McBride's the opposite. Remember, he had like no touchdowns. But McBride, when was he? That was his second year. So Laporta had 86 catches in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And you're calling for 40?
40. On a low, he's tight end too right now.
The Lions didn't have any tight ends though. They had blocking guys basically. Yeah. They had that guy with a Z, whatever his name was. I forgot his last name.
Well, how many did Trey McBride? I think he was a rookie also, right? He's only 2 years in, but he's actually their number one guy.
Yeah, it's gonna change though this year.
He had. So his first year, McBride only had 29 catches in year 1, and then he blew up to 80-something year 2.
Right.
Then last year he had 111.
Next year, 150.
Man, no way.
He just keeps going like this.
I think, like I said, all right. The next guy, Tyler Warren. What we got for him for the Colts? The Colts got a bunch of just tight ends that, like, they got Joy's boy from VCU, Molly Cox.
Wow.
We know Buttons is a hater on Warren. I like him there. Hey, that's a Virginia guy. We gotta love him from that reason. to me, more catches with Loveland because Pittman's not gonna take Pittman and Downs. I feel like, yeah, those guys are not bad, but I feel like they don't have as many mouths to feed there.
You see,
And
Tennessee Royalty likes Tyler Warren. He said he's dope.
hey, there we go. Well, he's a Penn State guy, so we knew that was coming.
Yeah.
The
Tennessee guy though, he had, I don't know, you probably, Chris, you probably not watching the chat. He mentioned that he has a signed jersey from Kamara, Dobbs, and from your boy James Pierce, who going to the Falcons this year.
Oh, what's he think of Pierce falling? He was a top
he said
seven
he's
pick
gonna
at
be
one
good
point.
at Atlanta. He likes that pick.
I mean, that's another high ceiling, low floor. You might as well swing for the fences. Did he ever hear anything about his work ethic down there in Tennessee? Because that's
He may. You heard that, Tennessee Royalty? What about Pierce's work ethic? My man
what
Chris
he was
want to
always
know.
getting
He's
knocked for.
He's an acquiring mind.
I'll say 50 catches, 700 yards for Warren.
Who
Hey,
is
you know
throwing
what?
him the football?
Your boy throwing the football.
Oh.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones 1.0.
Good luck.
How about he better not? I need Anthony Richardson in my dynasty. So I need Anthony Richardson. When Anthony Richardson,
whoever is the quarterback,
to come in.
I need Tyler Warren to become a great part of the offense. He can step right in for me as Travis Kelce moves along.
Oh, the perfect. Travis Kelce is going to coach Warren up on your team.
Yes, he is.
Know how to do it fine.
Yes, he is,
Sit down in that zone like Travis Kelce always does.
That's what he's going to do.
He'll train him up, and then you'll take him from there.
I really feel I'm one big time wide receiver from being a contender for years.
Right there. You need Jameson Williams.
Hey, Jameson, what now?
Yeah, you need that big threat every 3 weeks. You need a 40-point game.
I don't got that. I got Jordan Addison.
Oh yeah, that's what he is. Basically.
Yeah, I don't need that. I need a Jamar Chase, man. I need a CeeDee Lamb.
Oh,
I need something like that. Perkins. I need something like that. I need something. He said Warren is cold, nasty route running. This guy know his stuff. That's gonna be a thing though. With
he's just a very good football player. Very good football player.
He's a good.
So how many yards each of you say 700 is the over under? You going over or under there?
I'm going under.
Oh, I would go since let me look at that depth chart real quick. Let me look at that depth chart because I may take the over because they might lean on him because Pittman. I mean, nowadays
you grabbed on it real quick.
They get 1,000 yards easily, right?
Yeah.
And they still got Mo Alley Cox, Drew Ogletree, and Jelani Woods as the other ones. He's gonna be the starter right off the bat. So, I mean, you got Pittman, Pearson, Downs. I mean, Alex Pierce is pretty much, and they still got Mitchell. Like he's good too. I still got to give him. I would say, you know what, 700. I would go under on the 700, but maybe over on the touchdown total.
Oh, you think? I mean, he's a big dude. So
yeah, I think he'll be used heavily in the red zone in that area. And plus, he's the kind of guy that could also run the ball too, like a quarterback.
Well, remember he was a quarterback, I think, in high school. So
I can see him coming in and do some trick plays by the goal line.
I mean, the thing is, Penn State used him all over last year.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. So I can see him having a good year. All right. So our next guy is Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. He's on
Tampa, so he might be buried there. If Godwin comes back, they got
Godwin's going to be back.
They
The
got
other guy
Otten,
they had a good year last year, stepped up, McMillan.
McMillan. They got Otten
And you
there,
got
played well.
Hall of Famer Mike Evans playing.
Hall of Famer. They got two good running backs. Bucky Irvin and what's the other one? One from the year before.
Smith? No,
Is it Smith? No, it's not Smith. Dang it.
he was your guy.
Yeah, White.
Sorry, White.
Yeah.
It's a guy, Sean Tucker. He had a game with 100-some yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, that's right. So I just think Egbuka, I think they took him kind of as they like him, a real good locker room. You always hear really good stuff about him as far as leader on the field type of guy. And I think that they're just kind of like, hey, he's a talented dude, a guy we want in our locker room. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are getting old. So you're only really going to get 2 more years, 3 more years. So I feel like this is more of a move like a Jackson Smith and Njigba kind of move where he's just going to keep working up. And it took Njigba about 3 years to work up.
Yeah, the other guys are gone now. He's the man.
So
and they
I feel
brought in
like
Cooper Kupp.
Same kind of thing. I think that you're just drafting for talent and future, knowing he's going to help you a little bit this year, and then each year is going to get just slightly better. And if you got a guy who's a good locker room guy, you know that is not going to be a huge, Joey, we're talking about Egbuka. I said, kind of a Jackson Smith and Njigba kind of thing here where
he is a
Buckeye
future, receiver.
What's that, Joey?
The Bucs, didn't Chris Godwin sign a contract with them?
He did, and I think he'll be there. I mean, he was balling out last year. Remember, he was like a top.
Oh no, he was balling till he got hurt.
Ankle.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was.
I think this
Evans got hurt too. Think about how good Baker played last year with Evans and Godwin out. He still kept him alive.
Yeah, I mean,
he's matured.
Yeah, I feel like I don't really have a number for him but I feel it's just more of a JSN kind of pick, a staff.
Look, Tennessee royalty, he's not going. Only way eating in the slot is if Godwin ain't playing, Evans not playing, McMillan not playing, because they're gonna have Evans, Godwin, Otten. They got Bucky Irvin. They're gonna run the ball. I don't know. I think if somebody gets hurt, he'll have a good season.
The good thing with Egbuka is you look at a team like Tennessee's boy, Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State, he's played with great wide receivers all around him in college and still found a way to be an impactful player every year. So he's a guy who he's used to being around talented wide receivers and still finding a way to carve out a role in the team. So this is nothing new for him.
Oh yeah. He had a role, but I don't think I would give him 500 yards receiving and then maybe about 3 or 4 touchdowns this year. I think you're going to see him ascend as Godwin and Evans at some point leave and Baker's still there. Mm-hmm. But you can't expect him to come in and ball out like this year.
Jalen McMillan had 8 touchdowns last year.
He was a fantasy. Everyone said he was a fantasy winner at the end of the season. Like, how that sometimes they'll show like guys who were on the most fantasy wins, like roster.
Yeah,
he was like on like a whole ton of rosters.
Yeah, dude. And at one point he was balling. He had some games with like 2 touchdowns.
My goodness.
I remember I had him as soon as Godwin went down. I picked him up and like I dropped him like 3 weeks later because he wasn't doing anything. And then
that was a mistake.
It was.
It happens. All right.
Jeremy Pena.
All right. Yeah, your boy Amarion. Amarion Hampton. What's the outlook?
He got that alley good.
Touch.
Distance between our bodies. That Omarion? B2K.
Got him walking like B2K.
Wait, which one are we talking about? Hampton or B2K?
Yeah, talk about Hampton, man.
Oh,
Mario.
okay. Just checking, JB. Just checking.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know what a Hampton or what a Mariano's gonna be. Maybe a B2K reunion. I'll go. See, I think that they've got some like with because they signed who they signed. They got Harris there.
They got Najee there.
Yeah, so I still think probably I don't think he gets to 1,000 yards. Just another. I feel like he's another guy that you're kind of waiting in the wings probably to really blow up. So I would say 800 yards. I'm trying to think of a comp of like what we're comparing him to, as far as coming in as a like a crowded backfield, a little bit of a crowded backfield. But hey, we saw Bucky Irving last year go off when nobody really expected it. We saw Tyrone Tracy. Najee Harris, though, has always been. Najee Harris has been a guy who's been dependable.
Every year.
I mean, every year gets a ton of touches. So to me, use up Najee Harris while you got him for the. Is he on a 1 year?
Think so, yeah.
Or 2 year, one of those?
Yeah.
I say
He's
use
on a
him
1
up.
year.
Let Omarion learn. And so to me, I say the expectation for this year is going to be a little bit lower. And for good reason, because if you got a guy like Harris who has been a dependable pro, maybe not the guy that they thought, but really a solid, he's the definition of a solid pro at this point in his career.
The dude gonna give you 1,000 yards. He don't fumble. I don't know what the Steelers wanted from the dude.
Yeah, I think that I mean, he's never going to be the problem. He may not go out like Saquon and win you games, but he's not losing you games either.
Yeah. I know he won me a fantasy championship 1 year.
There you go. I mean, as long as he wins JB the fantasy championship, then. So I'd say slower on Hampton because of Harris, and Harris still has a good amount left in the tank, in my opinion. So
I need him to have a good amount left. I traded for him.
It was an odd pick for me, but whatever. Joey, what do you say?
Lower end, Najee Harris is going to get the majority of those carries, unless Harbaugh seems to sort of be the guy that goes with the hot hand type of guy. So
Harbaugh has said that, there's gonna be like 2 starters, but Harbaugh, he brought in J.K. Dobbins, and J.K. Dobbins pretty much was running the show until he got hurt, and still came back and ran the show.
Harbaugh said, "I hated you when we had to play you every year.
Yeah,
now I love you.
Now I love you. Come on.
Now I love you."
Hampton should have. I've seen Hampton be going. It's funny. Hampton is going higher in drafts than Najee. So we'll see how that works. Chargers gonna the Chargers gonna charge, or are they still gonna run the ball?
That's his MO though. Hardballs.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they brought back Mike Williams. They brought back Mike Williams. They still got Quentin Stonehands Johnson, and
throw the ball to Stonehands.
They got Chris Boy.
McConkey.
Not Phil.
Honky Tonk.
Not Phil.
McConkey.
Oh goodness. He's going like he's going like in the second round of drafts. Like, geez.
They love him some McConkey.
They love some McConkey, boy. Okay.
Not Phil.
Phil McConkey.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then we got Matthew Golden going to Green Bay.
Man, he's another guy that he's a guy who I could see come in and go off like he has a ton of touchdowns or just like all the rest of those guys, you just never know. The only problem with him is I feel like
they take pride in playing that way.
I feel like he could be like a Jameson Williams from last year. Because I think he has that level of explosiveness.
Don't he already got that in Christian Watson?
Well, Watson's hurt though. Remember, he's
out for the season.
Is he out for the year? Did he tear his ACL?
Is he out for the year?
Let's
And
look at
Watson was never Watson. I feel like Golden's a lot better than Watson ends up being.
You think so?
I would. I mean, I would hope Watson, but Watson was like that, but like a poor man's Jameson Williams almost. He'd go out and just dominate one game, but he always had hamstring issues too.
Oh yeah, he stay hurt.
So I feel like Golden might have the biggest of all the guys we've mentioned, the biggest range of.
Oh yeah, he tore his. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. Watson tore his ACL the last game against Chicago last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. So
he'll be out. It says the rest of this season or the rest of the year. So yeah, I mean Golden, but you still got Dobbs.
Reed.
You still got Reed.
They
and you
got
still
a lot
got
of.
that other boy they got. What's the
Wicks.
other boy name?
Joey's boy, Dontario Wicks or whatever.
Dontavian Wicks.
Dontavian Wicks.
That's my man right there.
Joey drafted him in the fantasy draft this
Yes,
year.
I did.
Joey's
I
took
I
a-
did.
tried him. I mean, I had him and Dobbs. I can't keep both. Can't wait for Wicks to have a chance to blow up.
Well, I would say with Golden, you're going to have to, like in fantasy, that's the problem with guys like that is you're going to get some weeks like Jameson Williams where he goes off, but then the next week, so you got to almost be like, he's going to probably win you some weeks and then he's going to lay duds, I would think. That was my guess. But we'll see. I don't think he's really a possession guy that's going to go out and catch 7 balls in a game. But who knows? I mean, that's the thing is I don't really get a sense for him because it seems like everybody's all over the place with this guy.
Yeah. All I know is the Packers, once again, going to lean heavily on Josh Jacobs, which they should.
As they should.
As they should. And, I mean, who knows who Jordan Love, Mr. Blow off your back foot, Jordan Love's going to pass the ball to.
That's your badge, JB.
I mean, hey, the dude can play, but I just think that you can, to beat the better teams, he gonna have to get rid of the back foot passes.
Matthew Golden can help you do that possibly. He can help you do that.
Wasn't Golden like a burner? I mean, because he was hurt most of the year in Texas, right? Because he had good games, but I mean, most of the time he was hurt, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I think he had a pretty good season, but
yeah.
I think he was because originally it was supposed to be the other dude, Bond. I don't even think he's on.
Yes, Isaiah Bond, yeah.
But Golden was the guy who kind of showed up in the big game. So I would say that I just feel like he's just a big range of outcomes. So I just don't feel like a good sense of what he is because you just don't really know. I mean, I think he transferred. He only played at Texas for 1 year. I think he played before Houston, Texas. I think he was.
Where was he, Chris?
I think he was at Houston before that.
Okay.
So I just feel like big range of outcome kind of guy. And so if he goes off, I wouldn't be surprised. But if he has 400 yards, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
What's called was already crying about him coming there. Reed. You gonna replace me?
Yeah, I mean, those guys want to see it.
They still got other guys who got Bo Melton. They got a whole bunch of guys in their team. Remember Dobbs got suspended because he was mad he wasn't getting the ball. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, he's the first receiver that Green Bay has drafted in the first round since
Jordy Nelson?
No.
Devontae Adams.
Nope.
Walker.
You got it. They must think pretty highly of him. He's in a great situation, outstanding.
Remember Javon Walker or whatever?
Javon Walker, Florida State.
That was
ages ago. Ages.
Yeah.
Javon Walker was a beast, though.
Yes, he was. So they must think highly of him. They got a genius offensive guru running.
They find a way to compete every year.
So they will figure it out.
So got good his boys team.
Who would you say, JB?
You always got good things to say about your boys' team. I know
Yeah, he's got
Not always, JB. Not always.
I don't know about that, bro.
Not always.
Uh,
He is an outstanding coach, though. He definitely is.
LaFleur.
no, he says, Chris. He said we're a goated community, right? He said we are fire. We appreciate that. Look, funny thing is, I said goated or gated, and then he said they glasses and GR hat lives in a gated community. He's talking about you.
He said, I'm in a gated community.
Yeah. He thought you were a Rockies fan because you got. He said they
Oh
get your
yeah, everybody
CR.
says that. It looks like the Rockies. Yeah, straight Boston, homie.
Oh, dude, he talking about your V-neck now, Joey. Coming for your whole life.
That thing
Coming for
gets
your
deeper.
whole life.
That thing got deeper as he walked out and cut it. He cut it.
It's going deeper.
He'll be like, this.
You're like, hold on, I gotta go get me something to eat. You come back and that thing is just all nips out.
Yeah. All right. And we got one more guy to go. Joey's man's Jackson Dart.
Oh boy.
How you feel about Jackson
Let me
Dart?
see. I'll go with starts 3 games. That's what I'm saying.
When do the Giants go on a bye?
Let me see. Joey, you know?
When is their bye week?
I'm gonna look it up right now. I gotta look.
They
sources
play
over here. I gotta talk to my sources.
week 14.
Week 14.
Week 14. Jeez.
So yeah, he would start 3 games.
So
Or
they'll be
Do you think so?
they'll be
You think
4
so?
and 10 by then.
That seems like a crazy late bye week. Who wants a bye week
Or
in week 14?
3 and 10.
If you are a good team, that's good to give you that rest right for the playoff push.
Yeah.
Giants don't need that. They're wasting that on somebody.
Awful
Giants.
teams don't need that.
Maybe he starts after the bye then.
Possibly.
After the bye, hold on. Let me look at the Giants schedule. Let's see, New York Giants.
It's brutal, JB. Don't say it because it's brutal.
After
not.
you home against Washington, home against Minnesota, at Vegas, home against Dallas.
That's not awful. That's not great, but
You could be possibly playing 3 playoff teams the last 4 games. So
Could be.
and then if Genty goes off, but I'm just
If let's just hope.
I mean, the schedule makers didn't like y'all. First 2 games you had Washington, Dallas. You got Kansas City coming in. You did a in. Okay, you at New Orleans, but then you got Philly at Denver, at Philly again, San Fran at Chicago, Green Bay at Detroit at New England. I don't know, man. He could be starting week 6.
That's too soon, JB, because that means that Russell Wilson's going to get $10 million for playing 5 games.
I feel like Russell
quite
Wilson played fine last year. I don't think he was the problem.
I don't think so either.
I mean, I don't think he's Russell Wilson Hall of Famer like he was, but I don't think he's the issue. I think he's an upgrade from Jones for sure.
Oh, complete upgrade from
So
Jones.
I feel like you only start Dart once the season is just completely
lost. But for $10 million,
I feel like you just get him there. He just learns. You sit, and it's probably the best thing for him.
Jackson Dart. Do you think that he'll eventually be the starter in New York?
I think you got to pay for him. He's going to get his chance because you drafted him so high.
I mean, I
I don't think you draft a guy that high without giving him a shot.
You're right about that.
I mean, even Blake Bortles, who is horrible, got a shot. There's everybody. If you're drafting a guy in the first round, he's going to get you 3 years, I think.
Blake Bortles take the Jags to the
He was
AFC
good for like
Championship.
1 year.
Despite him, they went to the AFC Championship.
That defense was nasty.
Yes, it was.
This dude said I look like the guy from Hustle and Flow. now he's just trolling us. Now this is funny.
Yeah,
DJ?
he's not even worried about the sports talk anymore.
He's just trolling us. He
And
trolled
stuff
Chris
now.
watching V-neck. He trolled
he's
Chris.
going.
And then he said I look like a mix between Jalen Rose and Terrence Howard. Both of those guys are younger than me. That's the funny part.
You'll
Tennessee
take it.
royalty. They're both
You also, he doesn't even know you got the old Michigan baggy shorts on as we speak.
He don't know it.
He don't
And
even know.
I got a pair of Huaraches on too.
Oh, do you? Which ones?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'm about to say, JB.
The purple and the black ones. Woo, I used to have a pair though. All right, guys. All right. That's our talk about
Is I don't know, is Buttons jumping on? You know, it's getting late.
I don't know,
for
man.
Buttons
But
still
it's
making money.
12:24. He probably not. He's gonna see us tomorrow. He's probably like, I don't see them guys tomorrow. I don't
Like,
care.
oh, it's getting
Buttons
late.
still making money.
He's all
Yeah.
bitter about my
Get
OJ
It's
take.
getting late early. Buttons could be getting ready to go to sleep.
Yeah,
He got to go to work tomorrow. It's a big day for him tomorrow. He gets a chance to meet me in person.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right.
Huge day for Buttons.
Buttons
Yeah.
is up.
He says I'm selling Jordans, dude. Oh, hold on. Buttons is here. He's in the guest room.
Come on in,
Oh,
Buttons.
we thought Buttons was a Tennessee.
What's Buttons?
He
What's
was
Buttons
killing
coming in
Joey
with
about his
today?
V-neck.
What's Buttons coming in with today?
What's this guy gonna say about Buttons?
What's Buttons coming in with today?
All right. He's
Oh, JB. This guy,
funny.
this Button, JB's out here killing little baby bird.
What is going
Look
on,
good, man.
gentlemen? What's
How,
up?
up,
how is the
Buttons?
stacking, Buttons?
Are you up, Buttons?
I played last night.
Oh,
He did. I think he said it last week. He was playing.
I moved it because we had
Yeah.
a team meet. tonight.
Okay.
okay. Buttons,
you up?
did
Buttons,
you hear
how
my
long were you in the
take?
waiting room?
Not very long.
Oh,
Okay,
you
good.
could have jumped in on the players.
It didn't need to be a longer segment, Chris.
Oh.
So
Yeah, true.
as we
I
move on,
work tomorrow.
Told you
That's
it's
right.
getting late early.
Buttons,
It's
real quick. Did you think if you took prime OJ, you hear that on the Buffalo Bills, does he bump him to the Super Bowl winner?
That's awful.
What about Prime Thurman Thomas, Buttons?
No.
You don't think they're way
You
better
got
than
it.
James
You got
Cook?
it all wrong. You got it all wrong, fellas.
You don't think they're way better than James Cook?
Offense is not the problem. I keep trying to tell you fellas
All right,
that.
how about Bruce Smith?
Smith is the pick. It's written on my piece of paper.
Oh, okay,
Chris.
Bruce Smith. All right.
I seen.
Hey, I don't mind that.
I remember I seen Bruce Smith one time in the club looking like an old OG, like a pimp.
How about Jerry Rice on Niners? Does he get him there?
No.
Jeez.
I wrote 6 down. I wrote 6
Well,
down.
Buttons is like-
I will go over them real quick.
Yeah, rattle them off real quick. Who you think?
Bruce Smith on the Bills, Ray Lewis on the Ravens. I picked 3 contenders from what I thought were Super Bowl contenders from each conference. So Anthony Munoz on the Bengals, Deion Sanders on the Cowboys, Barry Sanders on the Lions, and Derek Brooks on the Bucs.
What is your son talking about, Joey? Joey
Yep.
Chestnut or who's 100 Bolt?
That's my 6.
I like that. I like the I
Derrick
like
Brooks.
what about JB said Calvin Johnson?
I don't know if
Be
they
careful,
necessarily
Buttons.
need him. Oh, I would take Barry Sanders over him.
Well, Barry
He
Sanders.
was in Montgomery. They don't need Sanders.
He just thinks he's that much of a game changer, but OJ's not.
Nope.
The juice.
The juice
Oh, look,
would
I
be
like the
loose.
juice. I mean, I love the juice, but
The juice is loose.
We don't need him.
He is a massive upgrade over James Cook.
I don't think you're right on there. I don't think you're right there.
James Cook is a good run. James Cook is, they don't even give the ball to James Cook.
Exactly, Chris. If they did more, you'd see something.
OJ would be like, hey, if you don't give me this freaking ball,
You're going to.
he's like trying to glove him.
It doesn't fit though, Chris.
He's like, this is glove. Give me
It
another
doesn't
glove.
fit.
You must acquit.
That is
like-
correct.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Did you say Bruce Smith buttons?
Yes, correct.
He
They
did.
need defense. They need
Okay.
rushers.
Not 90, not 99, not to 98, 99 Bruce Smith.
Not looking to fall. for any
92
sack.
Bruce Smith.
Correct. Prime Bruce.
Not Bruce
Prime
Smith
Bruce
looking to.
Smith
And they
Couldn't
might
beat
have
the-
and they might have a chance.
couldn't beat the Cowboys with prime Bruce Smith.
Buttons is tough.
Might.
Buttons is
Buttons
tough.
is tough.
Yet Anthony Munoz is taking a non-playoff team to win the Super Bowl.
They
Yeah.
should have been a playoff.
You say Anthony Munoz?
Anthony Munoz, JB.
Well, you tripping.
He's
Takes
Maybe
him
the
over that
greatest of all
hump.
time.
Taking what team to the Super Bowl? What team is he taking? The
Cincinnati.
Bills?
bang.
Cincinnati.
No, it was the same team, JB. Same
Oh,
team.
okay,
same
so
team.
Yeah.
so Anthony Munoz is taking
Cincinnati.
the Cincinnati team who couldn't stop Joey from doing a post route.
They would outscore them, JB. They would outscore them.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let's talk about the home run derby coming up here in Atlanta. Let's make our picks. Who y'all?
Yeah,
who
there
you
are only
got?
what so far. There's only because what do they usually roll with 8, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. I had to. Let me get the.
Yeah,
I pulled the.
But I
list
don't
up.
think they have all. I don't think they've announced 8 yet.
They did.
Did they? I thought that I didn't even
Oh,
see
we
the all
have.
8. Yeah, pull up the. I mean, I already know who I got, but
Yeah, I got.
I looked on the. I looked to see if there was betting odds for it, but
3, 4, 5, 6.
you see 8.
I only see 6 right now.
Don't they normally roll with 8 though?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I don't know. I only see 6. I see Acuna,
Acuna,
Raleigh, Wood, Buxton,
Riley,
Cruz,
Wood,
and
Buxton,
Caminero, who just got added.
Cruz.
They're gonna probably add 2 more,
Yeah.
I see 6.
but we'll go with
Okay.
the 6. I guess if you're really dying to get somebody that they pick, then you can make the change, but probably just go with the 6. I'll go Buxton.
Wow.
Always been a huge Buxton guy, so
I cannot believe I am saying this, but I will take Buxton as well.
oh, me and Buttons on the same page.
Joey, who you got?
JB, I'm gonna take Cruz.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna hit lasers like Pedroia.
I'm gonna
Should
take
I
Cruz.
should y'all even ask me who I'm going to take?
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta
goodness.
go there.
We
You gotta
definitely
go with
should.
your boy.
I'm going Acuna.
Got to.
Okay. All right. So, I guess you said an all-star game. Pick. What we picking for the all-star game? We picking
Just
the winner?
The winner and the MVP, right?
Yeah, winner
All right.
and MVP.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
All right.
I'm
Chris, go ahead.
taking-
Give me your winner.
Give me the American League.
Chris, here's your MVP. Joey, why? Joey, why you even don't even, man. Just you got comes to a point there. This is going to
I'm
left field.
just getting one word answers, JB. Yikes!
I'll have to-
and
hold on,
sheesh.
give me a second. Let me look up. I don't think it's gonna be a pitcher. Hold on, give me a second. I want to pick somebody.
You going with
Caminero is starting. Give me Riley Green.
Okay,
Wow.
AL
Really?
and Green. Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
just want to go someone random, not the big dogs.
All right,
It always
Joey.
seems like it's someone random.
JB, I'm gonna go AL and Judge.
I knew it.
Shocking.
The Judge. Buttons.
NL.
right.
It's one so easy. NL Acuna.
Acuna. And I will
Throwing softballs to him.
second that. AL and Acuna. If I was going to say Olsen, but then Button said Acuna, so I just jumped on Button's back. All right. So it's also time for us to pick the champions in hockey. So right now, we already did basketball. We end up with Golden State with 18 or 17.
17.
17 Golden State versus 2025 OKC as the runner-up. For baseball, we did the Sox.
And then 2024
18,
Dodgers.
And the Dodgers.
24.
24. Okay.
Buxton out exits game with left hand contusion.
Oh.
Shocking. He's hurt again.
That's what he is. We'll have to
All
look
right.
and see. We might have to make a change. I'll keep it until I know, but that's what he does.
Unbelievable.
All right. So here we go. 8-9 seed Penguins 2016 versus Caps 2018. This should be easy. Penguins always destroy.
We know who Buttons is going with. I'll go.
Who you going with?
I'm going with the best player in the league, JB. Give me the pen.
But I got the Penguins. Who you got, Chris?
I'll go Caps to keep it interesting.
Oh.
Ooh, Joey, you the tiebreaker.
JB,
Oh no.
the best player of that generation will lead his team to a victory. His nickname is the Kid.
Oh,
Now we're talking.
Buttons likes.
All right.
The Kid.
Penguins.
See you, Cat.
2017, the Kid returns versus the St. Louis Blues of 2019.
It's simple.
This one, St. Louis was horrible that year. Came back, made a huge comeback. Give me Pittsburgh here. We got Pittsburgh going through.
Yes, they are.
Twice now, maybe.
You don't even need my vote.
Nope.
All right.
We already know who he would have gone the best player in the decade.
Somehow, we got some stuff's going on in our chat, which is funny. But anyway, we got the Lightning versus the Lightning, which is okay, Chris. You got the 2021 Lightning versus the 2020 Lightning. What you going with, Chris?
Give me I'll go with 1 year they won, so I got 107 points on there. 1 year was the shortened COVID year. So give me the 2000 and
Wait, what's this matchup?
it's the
Lightning
Lightning
versus
20
Lightning.
and the Lightning 21.
Lightning, 2021 and 2020.
It's so give me the Lightning.
It doesn't
20.
say that. It says Vegas versus Lightning.
Ooh, it says Lightning 21 versus 5
Panthers
Lightning 20.
24. That says Panthers 24.
I say right there.
Oh, I'm on the document. It says Lightning 21 versus Panthers 20.
I did Lightning.
You definitely did. Who changed it?
Joey probably did.
I didn't change anything.
Joey
He
in there
did.
changed it. I did Lightning.
You see it,
Lightning.
Buttons?
Somebody changed that because I wrote down when I looked at tonight's lineup, I wrote everything down.
Yeah.
What'd you write, Buttons?
I wrote Lightning. 4 or
And I
5.
have it right here. The printout says Lightning.
And I wrote Vegas Panthers 3-6.
Let me
So,
share.
Joe-
Let me share my screen with you. Let me share my screen.
Someone's
No.
in there changing my. Is this
It
Tennessee?
says-
Is
it
this
says
Tennessee
4.
in there changing my thing?
Lightning 21, Panthers 24. That's what mine says.
Well, we'll go Lightning.
Okay.
Because that's what I originally wrote. So I don't know what the heck's happening.
Okay.
Dude, Joey.
I'll tell you what it says.
It's you, Joey. It's you, man.
I did nothing.
Joey's in there. changing
It's
things.
you.
We have all receipts.
He's the cat gift.
Did who voted first?
I went the 2020 when they had mostly the full season.
Yes, I'm with you.
So Joey
All right,
doesn't
so it's
even get a
done.
vote.
All right, Vegas. 3 versus 6. You got the Vegas 23 season versus the Panthers 24 season.
Oof, Panthers,
Somebody switched it.
man.
Panthers 24.
All right, Buds.
What? Are you crazy?
All right, Buds is going Vegas. Chris, you the tiebreaker.
Vegas was dominant that year. I'm gonna go Vegas.
All righty. All right, we are into the quarter.
Wait, we got one more, right? Oh no, that's it. Yeah, because
We into the quarterfinals.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that means we got, let's see, Avalanche 2022 versus the Penguins 2016.
Not close for me here. Avalanche.
Oh, I knew Chris was going there. Sid the Kid, 16.
Oh Lord. Buttons.
Sometimes you have to go with your head and not your heart. Avalanche go through. That team dominated that year.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we got the Avalanche. All righty. Panthers, this year's Panthers 2025, who dispatched Edmonton versus the Penguins 2017.
I'll go
Panthers 25.
What?
Absolutely. They
put me down for the Penguins.
Back-to-back years.
Chris, you
He wants to get
tiebreaker?
it.
Back-to-back years, but they kept the best player in
Yeah.
hockey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
kept Matt
Panthers
Bay.
here.
At
Yeah,
Bay.
At Bay.
I'm gonna go Panthers. I'm gonna go Panthers here.
Ugh.
Okay.
That's
All right.
not close for me.
So we
Yeah,
got
it wouldn't be close for me either.
we got the semifinals. Avalanche 22 versus the Lightning
20.
20.
Man, that's a big.
and then we got Vegas 23 versus the Panthers 25. All right, Vegas 23 versus Panthers 25. Who y'all got?
Panthers 25.
So much
Oh,
recency
man.
bias.
Man, give me.
You know
was
this
close.
happened in basketball and baseball. The last champions made it to the championship.
Give me.
sway your vote,
I'm
Chris.
gonna go. Man, this one's close. I'm gonna go Vegas. I'll go Vegas.
Buttons, your tiebreaker.
You know, this happened last time we picked last week because I don't really necessarily like this team, but I think that they're better than Vegas in this regard. So I'm going to take the Panthers.
All right,
Oh,
Panthers 25 to
We
the
love
finals.
some recency bias.
There's
we got
a
the
dynasty.
Dodgers.
Well,
And the
they
Thunder.
did repeat. I mean, that's a big thing.
All right, here we go.
They
And
will
they
repeat
beat,
if the
they beat
Rangers don't
Edmonton
do
pretty
something.
good.
They did.
Avalanche 22 versus Lightning 20.
Lightning 20. I already know where
Oh
Chris is going,
my
so this
dear
is
Lord.
Avalanche. They were nasty that year.
All right, here we go. The
Buttons
championship.
we're assuming is going Avalanche.
Avalanche for sure.
The Avalanche 22 versus the Panthers 25.
Panthers.
Oh My
Put a
God.
pin,
Chris,
JB.
Joey didn't pick Avalanche one time.
Let me just say one thing, okay? And I know I probably know where Chris is going, but let me just give you an insight about this team. In the playoffs that year, they lost 4 games. 4 games. They had 2 sweeps. Which is impossible. Okay,
Yeah.
that's 2 sweeps, and they only lost 2 games in the finals. So 2 of their games that they lost total were in the finals. They had 2 sweeps. The Avalanche crew.
And they were ridiculous. They had 119 points in the regular season. They were ridiculous. That whole year they were.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean they were the best team. I got to go Avalanche here. Joey doesn't want to, but
Hey, the Panthers still made a run, and they're
So,
in the
they're in
Avalanche
the main
22, and it seems the same pattern. The recent team has finished second in all 3.
Oh wow, JB, that is interesting.
And
Oh,
then
and
now,
we got football next. The Eagles. We could definitely see the Eagles making.
I do.
The
I mean, you
similar
know
run.
how I feel about Jalen Hurts, so.
We already could see that similar run.
all right, it is time for buy or selling. Who's buying and who's selling tonight? Because I know we got a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers. All right, first thing. Devin Booker signed a historic contract extension. 2 years, $145 million.
Peanuts compared to CR7.
That's an average of
Peanuts.
$72.5 million a year.
JB.
Are y'all buying and selling Phoenix, giving Booker that contract? Chris.
Sell.
No, Chris selling. Chris ain't paying nobody.
No way. No way.
Joey, you buying or selling?
Oh man, Mr. Payment over here.
Sell.
Oh, we
Don't
thought.
just sell, JB.
But
That's
the
the
man,
first time he hadn't
this
said
man,
that.
this man wants
When
to
did
pay
they-
everybody.
They need
Everybody.
the picks.
He's the Dodgers.
They
Normally,
need picks.
If Joey doesn't want to pay this guy, everybody on this panel has
No
to
one else.
Sell.
They need some picks buttons.
There's no way they should be paying this guy $145 million.
He's
For
not
2
box
years?
office. He's a great player. He's not box office.
no, very few
Sell.
of those guys.
All right.
Sell.
All right. Here's another one.
Good player.
These are basketball related, and one baseball. Joker not signing his contract extension. We buying or selling the Joker's move?
I'm buying that. I mean, this guy's the best player in the world, and they may be wasting him. We'll see what they do this year. They try to go get some pieces that we talked about last week. They did have a good offseason, but yeah, I wouldn't lock up if I'm the Joker because your time is, it's hard to win a championship and hard to. So to me, just don't sign it. You'll get paid.
Joey, you buying or selling?
JB, I am buying this as well. Well done for the Joker to say, tell the front office, you need to bring in some better players. You need to give me something to work with if I'm gonna keep on busting my butt.
Joey ain't worried about something to work with. Dude, if he does for not doing this, he can sign a contract and get $80 million a year.
Huh?
He's like, oh, Booker got that much?
Yeah. I'm buying. Bud, what you doing?
Definitely buy.
Buying.
Joker's,
Okay. All right.
Joker's a molder, Joey.
All right. So
Yes,
we got.
he is.
So we got on ESPN tiers. ESPN had an article talking about Eastern Conference tiers next year to make the finals. 2 teams were in tier 1 for finals or bust. They were the Cavs and the New York Knicks.
Ooh.
Are you buying finals or bust for the Cavs and Knicks next year?
I'm buying that. I feel like those two should be the 2 favorites in the East. I mean, someone might come up, but I feel like you got to put those 2 teams right now as a favorite.
Okay. Joey.
I will second that by JB.
Okay.
Both of those
okay.
rosters are the best rosters on paper in the Eastern Conference when healthy.
Are they?
Okay.
When healthy in the
Buttons.
Eastern Conference, Buttons.
Please sell, Buttons. Please sell.
Eastern Conference, bye.
Okay, Buttons.
This is a plant question because JB just likes to hear me say sell, sell, sell.
Man, you are a hater.
They're selling, Mortimer. He's selling.
From my knowledge, I haven't seen any news stories about how they rang Milwaukee yet, JB.
That's right.
Yeah, but
Until
who
they
else,
ring
who else is
Milwaukee,
in that tier, Buttons?
You say
you're not
Buttons?
even thinking about that.
Ring.
Who else is in that
Milwaukee.
tier? Orlando?
Yeah.
All I know is,
And I like Detroit. I like Detroit too, a lot.
Yeah.
What about
All
Detroit's
I
best
know
bench
is-
players going to be out of the league, Buttons.
Oh my goodness, man.
Their best bench players out of the league. And their other best bench player went to Sacramento.
Who needs bench players?
They both needed them badly. Badly.
Thibodeau is going to be coaching.
I'm kind of split for the Cavs. Sell. The Cavs, they're done. Like they're like Buttons. They're fool's gold. They had their chance.
geez.
They crapped it away. They ain't
That's
got no
for sure.
heart. For the Knicks, I am buying for the Knicks. I do like that they brought in Clarkson and the kid from Philly. I think it's going to make their bench stronger. They don't have no excuses. Now, do I like the fact that they brought in Mike Brown instead of keeping Tibbs? No. But if any opportunity the Knicks have to win a championship or get to the finals, next year will be their best year for the next couple of years. The window is wide open.
You going with us, Buttons? JB and I are going to Madison Square Garden.
100% in. Because you know what? It's never gonna happen. But I'm in. But I'm
If
in.
it happens,
If it
we
does,
gonna hold you to it, but I'll come and scoop you.
I'll take the whole week off, JB. No problem.
All right. And the last question because I don't know how much of the new DCU you guys have watched, but are you buying James Gunn's direction for the new DC Comics universe? You buying or selling that? Now, if you haven't watched yet, I suggest tomorrow before you come to the movies, sit down and watch Peacemaker and definitely watch Creature Commandos. There will be people in that movie, in that cartoon show, that are going to be in that movie.
oh, geez.
There's going to be references.
I've seen
JB, does
I've seen
James Gunn
Peacemaker.
did the whatchamacallit movies, right?
He was the director of all the Guardian of the Galaxy movies.
That's all I needed to hear.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's who that is.
That's
Okay.
all I needed to hear.
But he also, didn't he do some of the Suicide Squad?
I don't.
Did
He
do
may
one
have
of
done the
them?
last one. The last one, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he did one of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and
All I needed
because
to hear,
he did
JB.
Peacemaker. If you haven't seen Peacemaker with your boy John Cena,
Peacemaker
y'all
is
missing
sweet.
out.
Peacemaker
Okay.
is sweet.
And then Creature Commandos is a real good show as well.
all I
Yeah, he
needed
did
to
just
hear.
the second. He didn't do the first one. He did the second Suicide Squad.
Y'all buying or selling?
I mean, he's been able to do. I mean, Peacemaker's really good. All the Guardians. I'm gonna go buy here. I would feel like
Okay.
all that stuff is really good. So I'm gonna go buy.
Joey,
JB, I will be buying this as well.
how many shares?
JB, I'm taking 50 shares of this.
50.
Guardians of the Galaxy with every single one of those movies was successful and they were all outstanding watches.
I'm with you.
This guy knows what he's doing.
Peacemaker is right there.
Well, it
Joey.
was-
You would love on
The
some
last
Peacemaker.
one was kind of emotional too.
Yeah.
With Rocket Raccoon finally realizing that he is a raccoon. Buttons, you buying or selling?
Definitely a buy here.
Definitely buying. This is a buy. Tomorrow, everybody, we will form like Voltron.
Arm, feet, and legs.
Form the head. Oh, see, when y'all just don't know.
What a cartoon.
When you guys watched that show, y'all were like in grade school. Me,
Yes.
I was like middle school. I used to run home to watch Voltron,
Voltron was sweet.
Thundercats, and G.I.
Yes.
Joe on a regular basis.
Oh my gosh, yes.
My wife says that Rocket is not a raccoon. Danita, if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3, you'll see him go to the cage and it says raccoon, North American. He realizes that he is a raccoon.
Danita, you gonna lose this one.
She know better than
lose
that.
This one.
Challenge me to some Marvel stuff. She know better.
What was she thinking?
But anyway, all right. So, yep. If you didn't know, people, tomorrow night is going to see the new Superman. This will be the first time that I get to shake Button's hand, give him some dap, and give him a hug. That's what I'm talking about.
Button's gonna have a special shirt on. What are you going with?
Can't wait.
And then Brian's going to be there too. They throw that in there.
Buttons, I don't think Buttons has met him. You haven't met him. He's in our fantasy basketball. That's Joey's roommate from college.
Okay, cool.
His
college roommates? Wow, I didn't realize that.
What's his handle on fantasy basketball?
It is nothing.
He's the Kobe guy.
He's the guy that was
made the fantasy playoffs
last year about how it's over, how he's the best, he's gonna win.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and then what happened?
And then he never does.
Then he
never even makes the playoffs.
He lost everything.
So you come up with me tonight. What do you mean? Who got gaslight, Danita? Can you please tell me who? I gaslit Brian. Last time I checked, Brian was the one that out of nowhere just came for my life, talking trash.
He definitely talked.
That's what he does, and then he disappears.
He definitely talked.
Talks trash. CB was talking trash too. We disappeared as well.
Brian and CB are similar.
And
CB,
all we do
every year, CB tells me that he's going to win the championships in every league he's in there with me. Danita, he's a raccoon. His literal name is Rocket Raccoon. Look up the comics. He's Rocket Raccoon.
What is she thinking? Danita, what are you thinking?
What is he?
Remember, throughout 3 movies, he says, "I am not a raccoon. I'm nothing. I don't know what a raccoon is." Do you see? He goes back to the cage where he once was in. He sees the little babies. They all climb on him. He's crying, tears in his eyes.
Well,
he's a raccoon.
Could it be in whatever universe he is from, whatever planet, they're not known as raccoons there?
Oh,
Joey, I want you to sit back and be quiet for a second. Because they picked him up from Earth, okay?
I just typed in, is Rocket Raccoon a raccoon? It says, yes, Rocket Raccoon is indeed a raccoon. But he's genetically engineered and cybernetically engineered.
I don't know how they did it in the comics, but in the Marvel universe, what happened was the High Evolutionary. What he did was he took animals from different planets. He got raccoons from Earth, and he genetically modified them.
Okay.
To try to create another planet. When he created Rocket Raccoon developed a brain to match his and others in the galaxy. He became one of the smartest people there at his facility.
Okay.
That was the issue. He was from Earth, man. He was a raccoon from Earth.
Danita doesn't.
All right, Danita, rebuttal.
Lord have mercy. This dude say about to pull up on you, Buttons. He laughed at, I don't know what he's talking about. This dude's crazy.
Yeah.
This Tennessee royalty guy, he's a nut. Anyway, it is time for the Buttons bottom line.
Appreciate you, JB. Appreciate you, fellas. So while the MLB All-Star Game looms, I shift my focus not on another sport, but a story much different. On Sunday, following an embarrassing home sweep defeat to the Boston Red Sox that dropped the Nats to 37-53, change finally arrived, and the Nationals took the trash out, and they got rid of the dead weight, the long overdue firing of Mike Rizzo and Davey Martinez. The shine from the Nationals championship, the only one in franchise history, followed the Rizzo everywhere he went. But the glory of the champagne-soaked October became a double-edged sword. The job security and institutional clout that Rizzo earned in 2019 calcified into a dangerous sense of complacency.
Yeah, GPT buttons.
In the years since then, baseball has evolved. The Nationals didn't. Washington stayed relatively stuck in its ways. It's no surprise then that in the 5.5 seasons since their World Series title, the Nationals have racked up the second most losses in Major League Baseball.
Yep.
As the team embarked on a rebuild, key pieces from 2019 departed via free agency like Max Scherzer, Trey Turner, Juan Soto, dealt in blockbuster deals. Some of those younger players included James Wood, CJ Abrams, and Mackenzie Gore. They became difference makers, franchise cornerstones. But in the main, Rizzo failed to replenish his farm system via the draft and international market. In fact, over the past 13 years, no team has been less successful than the Nats at drafting homegrown talent. After Abrams, Washington's star shortstop, admired a homer at Yankee Stadium in August 2023, Martinez pulled him aside in the dugout and told the youngster to tone it down, the showboating.
Yes, he did.
It felt somewhat symbolic to me that an old school skipper clinging tightly to a old era, trying and failing in an overtly public setting to instill a sense of the stuffy decorum in a game that has long since embraced individuality. Earlier this season, Martinez entangled himself in a self-conflicted kerfuffle as well that might become a lasting image of his downfall. When asked how much responsibility his team's struggle lay with the coaching staff, Martinez was unapologetic, choosing to strike an adversarial tone. "It's never coaching," he said. "Coaches work their asses off every single day. We're not going to finger point here and say it's coaches. It's never the coaches." The implication, his underlings were infallible, and the failures rested entirely on the players. Look, here's the Buttons bottom line. In time, Rizzo and Martinez will likely be remembered as franchise icons, the characters who brought a World Series to DC for the first time since 1924. They deserve credit for all the good times, the celebrations, the flags that will fly forever. But the Nationals, to return to that stage, change was not just inevitable, it was necessary. Out.
The bottom line. The Nats, give it to everybody. They got rid of Juan Soto. Juan Soto. I seen Juan Soto play a game in right field. I came back to a game. He was playing for the Padres in right field the same year. I was like, jeez, they give it to everybody.
You know, they only had 2 winning records, and they barely had a winning record their first season. I didn't include that, but they got so lucky with that World Series, and they totally messed up that Strasburg year too. They should have won that year.
Is that the owner's fault or the GM's fault?
It's probably both.
Strasburg.
They don't spend. And
word on the street is that the GM did not want to give the player that money.
I mean, look at the Soto deal though. That's a ridiculous deal for them as far as the Soto was not in their timeline. I don't mind the Soto one. They didn't get anything for Harper, and they had 2 awful deals with Strasburg and Corbin. That's what killed them. So it's just weird that they didn't pay Soto. To me, I don't necessarily mind that because you got Abrams, McGore, Wood. They got another guy, that Hassel or whatever.
James Wood is
They got a lot of people. Their farm system was awful.
Horrible.
So they had to replenish, and Soto was, I mean, he wasn't in their timeline anymore. I don't mind that one. It's just they've definitely made a lot of mistakes up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, you know, they just dealt with guys like Trey Turner. They probably should have got a little bit more from, but I don't know how much the owners necessarily want to pay either, though. So some of it has to do with that, but you know, if in this thing, you either got to draft really well or spend like the Dodgers. There's no really
Dodgers who just spend money
Especially
like
when you're in the NL East with the Mets,
Braves,
and the Phillies.
You gotta
tough division.
Yep. All right, Joey, what's up with the parlays? How they do last week? Let me guess.
Lost
Not so
early.
good, JB?
It wasn't awful, JB.
Oh boy.
Madison Keys lost.
Keys lost. Fonseca lost.
So basically, it was awful. How was the lock? What happened to the lock?
Was that a WNBA one?
The
No, that was
WNBA,
football.
well, the Liberty lost.
Oh, okay. The Liberty lost. Where's my clipboard?
Defending WNBA champions, soon to be back-to-back WNBA champions.
Look, tonight I better hear 2 L's. Luke Littler.
No, Littner. All right, Joey.
Oh,
So what's the lock, Joey? It's getting late early, and Bud's got to go to work.
Bud's got to go to work because
Bud's going to be out tomorrow in the movie.
Wide
We're going to
awake
look
for
over.
tomorrow.
for tomorrow, the lock. I've locked in the men's. Well, I don't know if they're going to be there, but
Oh my God.
men's single. Of course, I got Mr. Alcaraz money line.
Okay. We're good.
Who's he got? Fritz?
Fritz.
He's on the Fritz.
Is Fritz American? No, he's not American, is he?
Fritz is.
Oh,
Fritz is
okay.
American.
Okay.
Alcaraz. And the number 1 player in the world was getting rolled until was it Dimitrov?
Injury.
He was getting rolled, and he went through because of a retirement, but now he's going up against JB's mans, the greatest men's tennis player of all time. Djokovic money line. Plus 230. Plus 230.
Ooh.
Plus 230. Okay. Alcaraz and
JB.
Joker. That's the lock.
Get your shirt ready.
I sent CB one of them nice little shirts.
Did you really?
I did.
I hope he wears it.
And he'll wear it.
Get your shirt ready, JB.
Okay.
Because I think you may be wearing it for a 25th time.
Oh, okay. Okay. You got the Joker bringing it home. All right.
Oh.
They don't play. They play tomorrow. No, they play on Friday.
They play Friday.
Those games are
Friday.
July 11th.
Yep.
Friday, yes.
All right. There you go. All right. And what's the big boy this week?
Big boy is a 10-legger plus 1587.
10-legger, jeez.
10-legger.
And you forgot to mention, how we doing this, but I'll do it for you. Since you did both money lines on the tennis, Mr.
That's
is
wise
his
man.
name.
Told me.
All right. So what's the big boy this week?
This big boy
In legs. Okay.
it's a little bit of everything, JB.
So basically it's something that I'll just sit back on the sidelines. Go ahead.
Did I look up Luke Littler? I did look up Luke Littler.
I didn't see any Littlers.
I didn't see anything that was ready
No
to be.
Littler action.
There was nothing
He didn't like
that was
it.
going to happen.
No.
However,
He didn't think there was enough edge on Littler today.
Right.
here's what
I'm
we're
not
gonna
liking that line.
here's what we're gonna go with. one MLB game.
Oh,
The Mets at the O's. Mets money line.
Those are playing a little better.
I like that.
Little bit better.
I
Who
like
the
that.
O's are or the Mets?
O's are playing a
Those
little
are
bit
playing
better.
a little better, and the Mets are not playing that great.
Wasn't it O's your World Series champion, Chris?
That's why I'm trying to will them along. That's what I'm saying.
They've got a double header. No. That's yeah, they got a double header. It's
They
tomorrow,
do a double
right?
hitter. Yeah, they do.
Which one you got, Joey?
The second one or the first one?
I got the first one that's got Peterson pitching for the Mets.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Let's go to, matter of fact, let me incorporate a little bit more baseball.
You don't like Cincinnati?
Buttons. This baseball is being played on another continent.
Oh my goodness.
Korean baseball.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Let's go with
Man.
in the Korean Baseball League,
Wait, which Korea?
South Korea.
South Korea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's South.
In North Korea, Kim Jong-un's favorite baseball team wins every year,
Shocking.
and they have not given up one run.
He's on there. He
Imagine that.
He hits cleanup.
Matter
He
of
hits
fact,
cleanup.
he might play every single position
He's
just like
Bugs
Bugs
Bunny.
Bunny.
I would not doubt it. But
He just
Oh, my
hit
goodness.
dingers.
That's all he does. He
Oh,
hit one 793.
Yeah.
that thing hasn't landed yet.
Yeah.
793.
He's got that old telephone post.
Joey's still talking. Make sure you get your golf picks in. Tea time is 3:39 a.m.
I was about to remind you all before I gave
Oh
you
my
the-
goodness. Yeah, okay. But
Thank you, JB.
Uh-huh.
all right, so
The
who you
Kia
got?
Tigers against the Hanwha Eagles. Kia Tigers money line.
Kia Tigers.
Tigers money line. This is Korean baseball, right?
Korean baseball. I got one more. The NC Dinos
Dinos.
hosting the Samsung Lions. Dinos money line.
Give him that dino.
Okay, got it.
All right. All right, so we got American baseball, Korean baseball. What's next?
South Korean.
JB.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think they play baseball in Korea, Chris. Just
We would never know. That one guy you told the story, he was waiting for you right there. He's
Yes,
like,
he
don't even
was.
look.
Yeah,
He's like,
he
this
was.
guy-
Dingers back there.
is
Well,
making me
was.
miss the baseball game.
Yeah. It was like, remember when
Can
Captain
you
Hook played?
imagine playing baseball in North Korea and you're playing against his team?
Oh, no way. You just
Like-
strike out.
He's stealing second. But
Remember in Hook? Yeah.
That's right. That's right, Chris. Just like it.
That's that, yeah, for
They had
sure.
to take care of that. All right, the next part of these legs is all about women's sports.
okay.
Let's start with World Cup volleyball.
Oh yeah.
South
Digging
Korean
deep.
women taking on Japan. Japan women money line.
This is World Cup volleyball.
Yes, it is. The Italian women taking on Serbia. Italy money
Oh,
line.
Italy's always good. So is
Always good.
Like that.
South Korea. They had that
Belgium.
one really big girl that one year.
Oh,
Watch out for the big girls.
jeez.
Belgium.
Paul.
Versus Netherlands. Give me the Dutch.
The
They all aren't both of those countries considered Dutch-speaking countries?
Nope. The Netherlands are the Dutch. Only the Netherlands.
money
The
line.
Dutch, the Deutsch, or the, Dutch?
Yeah, you take the Deutsch or the Dutch.
Can they
Thailand.
speak German in Belgium?
Does Belgium, do they speak German?
They speak-
I thought they spoke Dutch.
They speak Deutsch.
Deutsch is German.
Deutschland.
Deutschland.
Hold on. I gotta look that up.
Now go ahead, keep on going. I'll look it
Keep
up for you.
going.
I'll go to
Okay.
my archives.
Thailand taking on Deutschland women.
Oh my God.
Deutschland women. Money line.
Yeah. The Belgium has 3 official languages: Dutch, French, and German.
Oh, a little bit of everything. Okay.
Oh yeah, melting pot like America.
God.
Okay. So you got Japan, Italy, the Netherlands, and then you going with who else next?
Deutschland.
Which land?
Germany. Okay.
Germany.
We went from Dutchland to
They got some big girls on that team.
they also have big girls.
Last
I
two.
meant big as in tall. My bad, bud.
Yeah.
WNBA action. The Las Vegas Aces minus Asia Wilson will be taking on the Mystics. Mystics money line.
Mystics money line. Okay.
Mystics money line.
Mystics money line. Minnesota Lynx going into LA.
Ooh. Okay.
I will take the Lynx money line.
All right.
That one's a lock.
That is my, by the way, wise man, that's all money line.
All money
That's right.
line, baby.
1587.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, hold on.
9,
So
right?
9. You said it was 10. I counted 9.
I forgot to mention, back to the Women's World Cup of Volleyball, the French women are taking on Brazil. Brazilians money line.
Brazil. All right. So, and then that's a plus what?
Plus 1587, JB.
1587. All right. So in review, big boy, we got the Mets money line, game 1 of the double hitter. Then we got South Korean baseball, get the Tigers and the Dinos money line. Women's World Cup of soccer volleyball, you got Japan, Italy, the Netherlands, or Holland, if sometimes they call it Holland.
Holland.
Germany, or what they call Deutschland. Or Brazil. And then in the WNBA, we got the Washington Mystics money line and the Minnesota Lynx money line. That's your big boy. Your lock for Friday. Wimbledon tennis, you got Alcaraz and you got the Joker at a plus 230. Buttons, and if you guys, I forgot to mention one thing for buy and sell. I forgot to mention the Toronto Blue Jays. Will they finish the season as the AL champions? You buying or selling that? And if you think I'm doing it to harass you, Buttons, I'm not. You can see it right there. It says Toronto.
The JB.
It says Toronto and got that plus 20 because that's their differential in scoring. It's the lowest for a division leader. Joey has already sold on this already tonight.
Sell.
I'm also selling.
Oh, you selling, Buttons?
JB. The winners of their last 10, however, they did fall today 2-1 to the lowly White Sox. Got very unlucky.
Oof, that's a bad loss.
In the 6th with 2 runs. Very unlucky. 10-1 in the last 11. However, I have to not think with this. You got to think with this sometimes. They're making the playoffs, but they're not winning the AL. You have to sell.
Buttons, unfortunately, I was selling as well. It's crazy, though, that you guys all like teams from the AL East. That's an interesting little tidbit about this crew. Well, anyway, I know Buttons has to go to work and that we will be getting together tomorrow. What time will we start at 9, right?
9 o'clock, JB.
9 o'clock.
All right, I will be there at 8:30.
Okay.
8:30.
I'll be there with you.
Okay. I mean, you live so I gotta drive like all the way from Woodbridge. I gotta fight the freaking traffic probably in the middle of the night. Hopefully it's not raining tomorrow night anyway. But anyway, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you guys having a good time. And we out.
All right, fellas.